Who are you? Excuse me. Who are you? Excuse me.
Excuse
Who are
me.
you?
Yeah, I was worried that you watched the Japanese version only because I was like, oh yeah, all
No,
the
what's the
sound
English
bites.
dub?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the sound bites aren't. This is one of the few ones where I do prefer the English version, just because it's the first version I saw, and comparing them side by side. I don't know. I speak English, so I'm
Yeah, the
biased, I
ones that
guess.
collected the slads on from the Japanese version, though, with the subtitles, and I know the subtitles are sometimes translate different to what's said in
Oh,
English.
right, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
They-
watched
they-
the Japanese
you
version.
beautiful bastards to the show. I am here with my friend Stu Penzo, the guy who likes to cook pasta xenomorphs, and my good friend Fandad Menace. How are you
Hello.
doing?
We're all good. I watched the entire thing in Japanese. Does it come with subtitles? You might have to explain a few things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you watch this with no subtitles, I couldn't imagine what you would be
I
thinking.
nearly did. I found it online. I won't tell you where, but I found it online and I could not get the subtitles to work. So I was a bit panicky.
Yeah, I did manage to find a dub version as well, but the dub version has no subs and the Japanese version does, obviously. I mean, in the digital age of streaming, yeah, you tend to only find the animes now in Japanese, which is, not a bad thing.
Yeah, have you got Crunchyroll? Because my wife uses that a lot. And
if you're watching anime shows, yeah, probably you got to use like something like Crunchyroll. But like for me, I prefer anime movies, so those are usually like on the movie websites, the good ones anyway. This is one of those movies where it's like I don't care if you're a fan of anime or whatever. This is one of those movies you should watch.
Yeah, and the movie we're discussing now is Perfect Blue, which is a very proper man fuck of a movie, though. But
this is your first time seeing it, right?
Yeah, it's the first time I saw it, and going through it again with the slides, I started to notice a few little things, and watching various videos and interpretations. There's loads I might have missed as well, like something to do with the color red as well. That it becomes more prominent as she gets more crazy, stuff like that. Or
red and blue are the big colors.
She becomes even more crazier. But there's a few things.
I mean, blue.
Yeah,
because they basically in these K-pops, these K-pop idols, the Japanese and Korean, like, these girls started in the 70s and 80s, these like Britney Spears type girls. They always have to have this, the color blue represents like their purity and their innocence. And, they're kind of like how Britney Spears, how she was saying she was like a virgin her first few years and she's singing in schoolgirl outfits. Like that's exactly what the Japanese idol aesthetic is. And the color red starts representing like Mimarin's
she's become more sordid, more tarnished.
Yeah, her getting away from her idol persona. This is the movie. I think we watched a Dream Scenario. We talked about Dream Scenario. That was like your second.
Hello, Nick. Sorry
to breakdown.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah. When did I suggest we do this? Like a few months ago, right?
A couple of months ago. Yeah.
I've got
loads this year.
Yeah. Most of my guests that are upcoming now are probably forgotten, so I might have to remind them. So I need to have a look as well. But Fandad Menace, you like me, you're wondering what the fuck was happening as well. But it is really well done. It doesn't.
You saw it for the first time too.
First time this week, and I was only more disappointed that I didn't really get a chance this week to rewatch it because it's another one of those films that, like you said, Luke, it's gonna throw more at you on the more that you watch it. There's more things you can pick out.
The more you start to think you figured it out, it drops another ball on you, and you're like, "Wait, what the fuck? What?"
Yeah, and big movies like Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream and some other big ones that borrowed like
Darren Aronofsky really nicked off this one, didn't he? Especially the Mimi in the bath, just that little shot as well where she's kneeling in the bath.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize both those movies are Aronofsky. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Hey, Ray Terry, how you doing?
Oh, hello, Ray. That's my Bezzy mate.
Hello,
I know he was asking, do you have the link for it? When I posted it up on the YouTube community page, I was like, yeah, it's in the first paragraph, mate. Can't miss it. Thank God I let you know.
Well, when I first saw this, this is one of the first DVDs I bought when I was in high school. I remember this is one of those movies I also bought it before I watched it. this is one of those. I saw the trailer somewhere. I can't remember where. I just remember in the trailer, the English American trailer, it was like they had this caption, and the music, the soundtrack is one of the best parts of the movie, and that music's playing. You know, the awesome. Mima is virtual Mima. That theme is playing, and you know, you're seeing all this cool anime stuff, and you know, Mima was a pop star. But there's like a subtitle specifically where it says it's like a quote or from a review, and it says if Alfred Hitchcock and Walt Disney paired together and made like an animated psychological thriller, and I was like, that sounds cool. And this is back in the day when buy.com was brand new, like before Amazon and all these other things. Like this is like the first time I was buying DVDs from the internet, and I would get them usually in bulk. I'd order them like 10 or 15 at a time.
Yeah, well, she does kind of look like she could be a Disney princess. She has that very innocent looking face, and
yeah,
kind of what makes her persona projection, the illusion, more scary, and just this really chirpy face.
I remember when I watched it, I bought it, and it showed up to my house like a week later with a bunch of other movies. And I remember I was like one of the first ones I watched. I think SLC Punk was another one I got. Like I had seen that one before though, but I remember watching it for the first time and thinking, because around the same time, this is around the time Beyonce Knowles was still in Destiny's Child, and Destiny's Child was like, you know, everywhere. And I remember back then thinking, dude, you could do like a live action remake with like Beyonce or like a Beyonce type character. Cause like I saw a lot of parallels, you know, cause it's like, she's a trio. She's obviously like in the forefront of the trio.
Yeah, it almost was going to be live action, and apparently, but the people funding it backed out. So I think they got some new people. But
no, Satoshi Kon, man, he's one of my favorite filmmakers in general. Tokyo Godfathers is my favorite.
That is a great one. That is a great. If you've not seen that, Fandad Menace, that is a really good one. Tokyo Godfathers, and that's less surreal.
Every Christmas. I recommend it every Christmas to all my friends, and nobody watches it. I'm like,
it's less surreal than this one. It is a bit more straightforward, and it's a little bit more grittier and a little bit more bleaker. But it's
Tokyo Godfathers, yeah.
But and then he also did Paprika after this.
I mean, this isn't totally nihilistic either.
Yeah, it was Paprika after this, and before this, it was a Paranoia Agent, which was like a little show he did. And
I've been looking up about this guy. I think he did. Was it Millennium Actress as well?
Yes, that was also great. See, the thing about all of his movies, the one thing they have in common is they're all about like identity and questioning reality, and they all have seamless editing. Like the editing transitions. That's one of his biggest. His best highlights as a director. And he said specifically, like, he prefers to work in animation because when you animate stuff, like, you know, you can edit faster. Is basically what he was saying. Like, you can
get away with a bit more stuff, can't you? Like, it's kind of like when you go to Batman the Animated Series, he can wear these grey tights with his black underwear on the outside and still look intimidating. But if you saw that in real life, like in the 1940s serials, it looks goofy. It looks very goofy.
Yeah. Like with animation, like they were showing, like, for instance, like there's a insert shot in an animated movie. You could do like 3 frames and you could still process what you just watched. Whereas like with live action, like you need like 7 to 10 frames minimum for like a quick insert shot, you know? And yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like, he said, like, Satoshi Kon's amazing because, like, he could have easily made a live action movie if he wanted to. He never did. He chose animation specifically because he thought it was a superior, at least, method to tell his stories that he wanted to tell, how he wanted to tell. And the fact that this was his first feature length movie is just like, yeah, he has such a short career and that he died of pancreatic cancer. He was supposed to make a big movie called The Dream Machine, and that one never came out. So maybe
no one's even tried to pick up and try to make it.
I'm glad, you know, I'd rather just see, you know, just read about it. I don't know anything about what it's about. I'll check that out.
But I've kind of noticed one thing this is different to other animes. Like animes, the characters usually have the same faces but different sort of hair, like blonde. But everyone here has got different facial features, everything, and they've all got dark hair. They don't see these cute anime faces with big, over-the-top, spiky blonde hair like Mortal. This is much more grounded and realistic, despite the very surreal tone of it.
Yeah, and really great it's not rotoscoping, but it's like the really great movement animations, like how people move and stuff, like realistically.
That's crazy that you just mentioned rotoscope there, because that is something that crossed my mind halfway through watching this.
Yeah, and they don't rotoscope in Japan, dude. That's what's so crazy.
But I thought, wow, it was absolutely compelling. I don't really do anime or animation anymore. I think the last great animation I saw was Mask of the Phantasm back in the 90s. And I did all the X-Men and all that sort of thing. But I don't know whether I've just grown out of it or there was just nothing compelling enough for me to give my attention. But this movie, my God.
Yeah.
And like you said, the way they do the movement and stuff, unreal. The rotoscope was exactly what I thought.
Yeah. Anime's still doing well, though, the Japanese stuff. I've seen one called Vinland Saga about the Vikings, and it is really good. I mean, apparently Shadiversity said it was more accurate about Viking culture than most that's come out today. So that's kind of something.
They do their research. I mean, that's the thing is like you have to do research. Everything is meticulous when it's animated, you know. There is and they take their time and they plan everything out. Everything is all storyboarded heavily. But what's amazing about like adult animation, or not even, I'm not talking about like porno. I mean, like, adult movies. It sounds bad. Mature, films that are animated, they usually get the side eye. And the other thing is, like, when you talk about anime movies, usually the best ones are like Akira, Ninja Scroll, Ghost in the Shell, Paprika. These are like sci-fi, fantasy, crazy, all the Howl's Moving Castles. But like when you have more grounded animes like Perfect Blue, or even more grounded Tokyo Godfathers and some of these other,
Princess Mononoke springs to mind.
That was great. Princess Mononoke is probably my favorite of the Miyazaki's.
Is it worth a watch?
Yeah. Princess Mononoke is probably my favorite of all the Miyazaki's because it's the least childish. I mean, not childish, but it's more mature. There's like there's like violence and war and conflict and death and stuff in it. It's pretty violent and crazy, but it's not too hardcore.
It gets a PG here, but fuck me, there's a good bit of gore in that film.
Well, because it's got this like never-ending story kind of vibe, It's like, it's not as hardcore as like Pan's Labyrinth or anything, but it's very fantastical and crazy. Whereas, right from the beginning, here's the thing that you're going to notice with this movie is like the fake outs. Like you're seeing Power Rangers, like Power.
Yeah, it turns out it's just a stage show, isn't it? They got an audience watching and
some kind of live concert, and you have a lot of scenes like that.
We're constantly seeing these guys as well, aren't we? Like they're like our point of view of what the audience thinks of these characters who are removed from of other people in general.
Yeah, and also it kind of showcases that these pop idols. They have fan bases, but they're not like super international stars. They basically have like a very faithful kind of smaller fan base of like adult men, which is weird. You think that there'd be like little girls, little kids like looking up to Cham.
That is rather questionable.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm noticing the audience. It's mostly fucking men. I barely see any little girls in it.
The truth is, Cham, they probably do really well on TV for the little kids. But like, when it comes to the live performances, I don't know. Also, the fact that it's like, they're performing, outside broad daylight. All their shows are usually like on some rooftop or in some kind of weird area. They're not playing like huge amphitheaters at night, It's more like, they're nothing. They're on the same level as this Power Rangers live action kind of show. Seeing three girls go out and lip sync in mini skirts.
Yeah, and it kind of cuts back and forth as well. We're getting to know a little bit about the main character and the world that we are getting sucked into as well. What the people, how the people are seeing them, all that kind of thing, and it cuts back and forth to where she's with her agent, and he's like saying, "We're not making enough money. We need to get her to be an actress and dump the band." And she's really not happy about it. She seems to really love being in this band.
Yeah, they establish a lot. They establish a lot before the title card. Like we've got, we introduced Rumi. We're introduced to the band. It's a bunch of girls. We're also introduced to the thugs who show up a lot.
I know, they're just they're popping up at a fucking... But I didn't question it because it's Japanese, isn't it? I didn't question it because the Japanese are very different people, aren't they, compared to how we see things.
Yeah.
Like,
and
you
this
can
movie
tell
is
by
like,
the because they seem to be very good at doing the abstract stuff, don't they?
Was this first sort of 5 minutes? Was that sort of flashbacks, etc.?
Yeah.
Well, no, they're kind of they're cutting to Mima's like day-to-day life, like what she's actually like, and then they cut to that and her performance, like what she's like on stage.
Yeah.
You know, so they're kind of showcasing that, you know, she's a regular girl, goes to the grocery, she buys her own groceries. You know, she's not uber famous. She's just kind of a normal working girl.
It's just a montage of her daily.
She's just had this one little moment on the TV drama series, and it's looking like they might want to try and push her for to be a serious actress.
Yeah, she's trying to get out of the pop idol stuff. But what's also great is like that grocery store scene. You know, it's like it's important. You know, it's important. She's buying cow's milk and Tetra fish
later on.
Yeah, and it's just like. This is also setting up the idea that, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of this movie's very like Nolan-esque, like a lot of cuts back and forth, a lot of like, you know, where are we currently?
Dialogue isn't totally analytic, is it? I mean, these are because you've seen a little bit more, you don't realize it until you watch it like the second time, but Rumi is definitely projecting all of her fucking failed dreams onto Mima, isn't she?
The story's about this movie's about three very mentally disturbed individuals. You've got Mimaden, who's the main character, and she's a young girl, pop idol who's trying to become an actress, and you know, falling down that rabbit hole, and also dealing with stalkers and crazy self-doubting issues. She has like a psychic
she's definitely self-breakdown because she's she really doesn't want to do this, but she just doesn't have the strength to say no. She's like a yes woman in a way.
She's also trying to further her career. If she stays as a pop idol, the thing about being an idol, it's like being an athlete or a
age gets to you as well, doesn't it?
You're only going to be in that position for a few years before you get aged out, you know.
Oh, but, like boxers have usually quit before the 30 because 30 is fucking old in boxing years. It's that kind of thing. But,
unless you're Lomachenko,
what
won in 36 years old, and
I mean some of them still go on for a long time. It's just.
But on average, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just all that working out and getting punched wears on you a lot as well, doesn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah. And then the second...
this is kind of anime or toxic, just not the...
it's almost there.
It's getting there.
There's definitely some nudie bits in this movie. It's not as gratuitous as like Ghost in the Shell, which isn't porn either, but like, I love how Ghost in the Shell, she just gets naked like immediately for no fucking reason. Just to turn invisible or whatever.
It's invisible, isn't it?
Yeah. It's turn her invisible. Yeah. But the second disturbed individual that this movie's about is Mr. Mimania.
Yeah,
who is
Mania or something. Yeah, because
in the Japanese version it's Mimania-san, and in the American version it's Mr. Mimania. But we don't find out his name until a little later, way later.
Yeah,
but he's obviously a very ugly, very tall, creepy dude, and this first time we see him.
I noticed the eyes as well are very off as well, and you notice that when you discover the psychos in it, their eyes are a little bit weird, especially Rumi. I've noticed that.
Yeah,
I've come to know him.
Spoilers, by the way.
He's holding her in the palm of his hand as well.
Yeah, possessive. He wants to own her. You know, he's like, we get so much information, so quickly. But yeah, I mean,
the way it just goes out of focus on the sides and goes focus around hair. That's yeah.
You know how weird if you were like on stage as a singer, a lady, and you look in the front row and there's a guy doing the Mr. like handhold to you, But anyway, dealing with hecklers, she's trying to make her big announcement that Mimaden's retiring, and of course,
they break up the fight.
Yeah, he didn't like that these hooligans were like throwing cans at them when they were singing and dancing. So he's like trying to protect his precious Mimaden.
Yeah, he's trying to be trying to be the white knight, isn't he? He comes across like he's sincere, but no, he's fucked up. This guy, he really is.
The term fanatic, it has meaning. But yeah, she basically has to tell everyone stop fighting, and she's going to retire. Yeah. She's retiring from Cham, which is, they're a trio. This is like when Beyonce quit Destiny's Child. Like how How are we going to continue?
No. And look at his face as well. He's thinking that she's smiling for him, though, but no, she's just trying to be good for the audience. She's trying to put on a brave face, even though it's killing her a little bit.
Now, what we don't realize, now spoilers, but like, yeah, we know that already. I think Mr. Mamania has already been in contact with Virtual Mima. Virtual Mima has been like, because whoever's been running the Mima's Room website has been doing it for a while. So the Mima's Room website is already, up and running at the time of this movie starting.
We found out later that she doesn't know anything about the internet, and it's like, this is like the 90s in a way. It's like
1999, 98.
I know we're still people were still discovering it, even though it been out for like a good few years. I mean, I
remember at the time it was like the internet was obviously a lot of people knew what it was, but I think they were kind of showing that like Mima-rin is a little behind the tech curve,
Yeah.
She's kind of learning about the internet like 5 years too late kind of thing.
It's pre-social media, isn't it? By a long shot.
Oh, yeah.
So
everything had to have its own private URL.
I don't think she had time to discover it because, she's a pop star. She's always been busy all the time, scheduling, rehearsing, blah, 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 all that kind of thing.
She's also like 20, maybe 21, like who knows, 19 maybe? Who knows? She's young, she's a very
21.
young.
We found out she's 21. So.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm a little bit glad as well because when it comes to the nudity scenes, all right, it feels a little less sordid as well because if they were doing this stuff to a 14-year-old.
Oh, no, no. There are no 14-year-old idols. The idols have to be, it's funny because the idols, they have to be pure, they have to represent purity and chastity and all these wholesome things, but they dance, they're like they have to be hot, fucking big-titted, like, attractive adult females wearing scandalous clothing. It's like an oxymoron.
Crazy.
The pop idol scene. It's so weird. But yeah, basically, Cham, they work for this, talent agency, which is Rumi, who is her personal assistant / agent, and then Rumi's boss, Mr.
Tadakura.
Yeah, something started with a T. Brown suit guy. He's always wearing his brown suit.
I wonder if that means anything to this to sort of like highlight his personality because he's really out of his way to fucking make money off her, and I think maybe
he's a piece of shit.
There was a
I mean he's your standard Hollywood guy.
But
and Ruby,
you could do the right thing as well by saying, all right, we don't need to do the rape scene if it bothers you, but no, I'm pushing her in it just so she will get bigger and make me more money. So he's still thinking about his own greed.
Comes across.
We get our, most of these agent type, producers, he's doing the stereotype thing. Whereas Rumi, she's kind of like, I guess in hindsight, she's doing the Selena's fan president or whatever.
We found out about family here as well because apparently they're really, really surprised about it. Even they think. Come on, do you really want to do this? All you've ever wanted to be was a singer, and we even found out our uncle buys like 20 copies of her album every time. It's like,
we see like before we go any further, like there's a credit sequence where she's leaving somewhere, and again, Mr. Mamania is there along with a bunch of other fans, and someone else gives her a pink envelope, like I'm always watching Mima's Room, and that's like the kind of the big inciting incident. Getting this pink envelope, and then we go to her apartment, and it's like your standard Japanese tiny apartment with all of her. It's cozy, is how you describe it. And she gets on the call with. She feeds her little fish. She says she's sorry she forgot to feed him yesterday or
as well. The fish because yes.
Oh yeah, this whole apartment is super important. And like she calls her mom.
Yeah, and already we're getting already getting what could be. Me Mania doing this all stalker thing, which ends up not being the bloody case. Is it?
I did like the way that sorry, go on.
No, basically like she calls her mom and tells her, that she's going to be acting and, don't worry about me, I'll be fine. And she does get a fax that just says traitor on it over and over again. So like she's getting the whip, the backlash of announcing her retirement like right out the gate, but obviously the fax is probably from Mr. Mamania or Rumi.
It's just when Fucking hell, man. Yeah, all right, Jay Goodwin. How you doing, man? Yeah, glad to see you could join us.
I would say it's harder to be chased when you're fat and ugly, because if someone chooses to want to have sex with you, it's impossible for you to turn them down, you know? Chased would be like, oh, you know, you have the option to have sex and you choose not to. That is like a whole nother level of monk-like skill.
Yeah, and we're on a first scene now where she's having a small part in this big investigative drama about psycho killers, and she utters that line which becomes very famous, and really does emulate. What's the term?
Emulate?
Define this whole thing. Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Which is the very theme of the film.
She's going over and over again her one line, and it's just, "Excuse me, who are you?" And Rumi is like, Rumi's also explaining to Mimodin, because she's looking at that letter before she got the traitor facts. She's reading the fan letter that says, "I'm always looking at Mima's room. I sent a link to Mima's room," and she doesn't know what that is.
It's
and
like
Rumi's
a clue.
like,
it's like a little clue we miss as well. Like, she already seems to know most about her as well before she does, even though she's been with her for a long time.
It's her website.
Yeah.
She the one that's running it.
Miss as well.
Yes.
I always thought that it was Psycho Boy, you know, Japanese.
Yeah, no, that's what
I did as well. I think that was your point, though, to make you think it was him.
Yeah.
But no, he's like a puppet.
But he's using the site, not actually managing the site. Yeah.
Mrs. Ruby is over here, you know, on Mima's room website, pretending to be the real Mima, basically communicating to Mr. Mamania, basically telling him, you know, the other Mima who's acting and stuff is an imposter. And we don't know this stuff yet, you know. I mean, this is obviously all spoilers that we get to later, but like in hindsight, it's one of these movies where it's like super brilliant. And also the other thing that's super great with blurring the lines is, you know, she's on this investigative cop drama.
It does end up kind of like mimicking what's happening as well, in a way. Like it almost reflects what is going on.
Yeah, but not really. It keeps sending you on these false, you know, tangents on what you think that. Oh, this is actually about this and that. But the actual reveal is actually it's actually a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, at first, what they're doing is Silence of the Lambs. You know, the guy skins his victims, and because he wants to be a woman or whatever is what they're talking about in the dramatized show. And yeah, again, Mimodin is just she's got some small bit part of some girl, and she says to Rumi as she's watching this actress play this detective, she's like, "Oh my God, it's amazing how she can just get lost in the role so effortlessly," you know?
Yeah, she is getting lost in the role. She's getting lost in too lost. She's like,
No, she's talking. No, Mima is talking about the actress that she's watching, that she's going to work with, who plays the main detective lady. She's just like saying to Rumi, like behind the scenes, you know, like, "Wow, this girl's a really good actress," you know, and that's why it's fucked up later when, you know, that same thought is on that website, you know. How the hell? But it's one of those things, kind of like Watchmen, like when you find out who the bad guy is, it's like obvious, like why didn't I? You want to make it. You try to make it simpler than it really is, I guess. It is a little bit more complicated. Because like I said, Mr. Mamania is kind of a red herring.
Yeah, and is it him that actually sends this this sort of like firebomb letter?
Yeah, I think Mr. Mamania sends the letter bomb, which goes off in his her talent agent's hand and injures his ear, I think. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, and obviously he's trying to push it for more lines as well. You know, try and get those extra door fare. You know, he's a scumbag. He really is a scumbag. We do see.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling.
We do see moments where it looks like he cares for her, but he's not exactly doing anything to fucking make her feel comfortable. He's just making things worse for her, for his own gain.
You have a talk with this person. It's like, look, I want to do these roles. I want to be an actress. I'm willing to do the work. And that's what he's telling the screenwriter. Like, hey, can you give Mima a juicier part? You know, she's only got one line in this episode. And he's like, well, it's just difficult working with pop idols, I assume, because of their schedules and stuff. And he's like, well, that's great. Cause like,
I know
she's not an idol anymore.
She's no longer a pop idol now. It's all gone. And Rumi, she's not.
He actually wants a drastic image change. So yeah, he's kind of giving him the go ahead. Like, write some juicy stuff for her. Because, you know, she is an attractive female. You know, she's hot. So the idea is you got this hot woman with existing star appeal, willing to do all kinds of, obscene stuff.
And Rumi used to be like, and we found out Rumi used to be a pop star, but never really got that. Never really hit those heights. So she became an agent, and the whole.
See, I missed that as well.
Mental illness of projecting yourself on someone else. Just that's where it really starts to escalate for her.
Yeah, Rumi. It's what I was saying. Like, in order to be to get to that 1%, to be one of the ones that really make it. You know, you can have all the talent and drive and singing ability, but if you're not hot, you're not going to make it. And that's the thing about Rumi is her eyes are a little spaced apart. She's probably struggled with her weight for a while.
Yeah.
Not just currently.
And she's when she pops up in that fucking dress, though, and she's really having a hard time squeezing into it. It cracks me up.
She had it tailored just for her. But that's the other thing is, Rumi, it's that, like you said, like living vicariously. Like if you can't teach, you know. So she's basically, you don't know how long she's been in the talent agent, managing idols. You don't know how long she's been doing that. You don't know who she's had working under her or for before Mimiden, but you do know that for her, like Mimiden is like the pinnacle. Like she is actually obsessed with Mimiden, and you don't know that. And this is a warning. The next letter bomb will be real. Kind of basically just saying like this was small potatoes.
Yeah, and I always like the way anime cities are all lit and everything, all silhouette in that dark background. It's really, you kind of want to hang a picture of this on your wall and just stare at it for.
It looks awesome, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. So spoilers, like Rumi is the third, troubled individual, and she's obviously the most far gone out of everybody. Like that's the thing about this scene right here. Like Rumi's already crazy when this movie starts. Yeah. She's already running this website, stalking her employee, pretending to be her. Who knows? But it's only after that Mima starts to do these, break away from the idol stuff that Rumi really starts to go crazy. And that's where she is telling Mr. Mamania over the internet, you need to do something about the imposter.
She's kind of surrounded by these people who seem like they should care for her. Rumi, the stalker, the fucking agent, but they're bad for her. They're bad for her to have in her life.
And that's how there's so much information about what they call a Mimu. Rumi's with her on the day-to-day basis, so she knows pretty much everything about her intimately.
Yeah, and I like how she's asking her about the accident, and Rumi just sort of pushes it aside and just says, "Okay, credit card number. Let's get this like."
Well, she says that the main agent guy, he doesn't want anyone to look into it. He doesn't want the police involved because he doesn't want the press involved, and you don't even realize, you don't know if that's true or not. Based on what Rumi's saying right now.
That's another little hint. The way she just fucking moves the conversation aside as well and tries to not press it. It's like, yes.
The first time you watch it, you think, well, maybe I guess it isn't a big deal. I mean, that's how that's how business oriented they are. They don't care about letter bombs and stuff if it can avoid a fiasco or a scandal. But in hindsight, you realize like, oh, maybe she's just brushing under the rug because she doesn't want anyone suspicious of her or anything, and she knows there's more to come. And anyway, Rumi's showing Mimi how to run the internet, get her internet going, so she can look at the Mima's Room website later.
I know, and she's looking at this and thinking, how the fuck is this person knowing every single bit of what I'm thinking?
She gets on it at first, and she's like, "Yay, I got it to work." And then she goes to the website, and she's all excited. She's like all happy, and it's like, "Oh my god, I like to get my first out of bed onto the bus. Somebody sure knows me. Haha." And then it starts like getting into her day to day, like what kind of milk she buys and, why she buys it. Yeah. And also when she gets really freaked out, when she starts seeing like the thing she was saying about that actress yesterday is on this website. Yeah. And that's when the music starts coming in.
Yeah, and so she says, "Who are you?" transitions to the next scene, and it's the acting scene. It's like, damn, that is a good switch to the next scene. That really is.
But even before that, before the transition, like when, she realizes what's happening, the camera does that great, like it's looking at her through the curtains of her window. And then the curtains, do that great wipe, there's so many great transitions in all the Satoshi Kon movies. But yeah, we're going to keep getting, this is where just as the questioning reality is kind of starting right now, but it really ramps up around like the middle of the movie, and it starts to die down around 2/3 of the way through. It's all perfectly paced too.
This is where she can prove Mima can be seen as a real actress or not. So yeah, that's when it does start to escalate. This is like the big thing, and this is where they start to push her into the grape scene. Is it the fake grape scene?
Well, not yet, but yeah, this is basically like she's gotten a bigger part, where she says, she says, "Excuse me, who are you?" And we cut to the skinned body, which again, we're showing it like it's real, and then of course we do a lot of these transitions where we cut out of the scene, like looking at it through a camera, through a video, and we realize like, okay, this is a movie. And yeah, like they want to, do whatever.
Yeah, and suddenly out of the blue, the music agent pops in and says that the pop band she was in, I forgot what they're called now.
Cham.
Yeah, Cham are actually in the top 100, something they have not been in since they were a trio.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like it's like a sucker punch as well, because if she'd have stayed in there and said no, she might have had that success with them as well.
Well, it's like me doing YouTube, like all my friends are still doing gigs, playing around music, and I'm over here just like, got my 400 subscribers.
Yeah, you still do it though, don't you? You still do your drumming, don't you?
Yeah, I got a gig next month. Yeah.
Yeah, check
out. I got a gig next month, but we haven't.
He's pretty fucking good, actually.
You'll have to give me some pointers. I got some electronic drums for Christmas from my wife. That was an unexpected gift. Yeah.
Practice on pillows. Start practicing your chops on pillows because there's no rebound, and then you'll get your chop muscles up. You do it all wrist. If you could play it on a pillow with no bounce, then you can play the hell out of it on a drum set with bounce. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Just practice your rudiments.
Rudiments are the way forward.
And we'll come back to these the so-called fans. I use that loosely in a way because they're kind of more critical, aren't they, than fans of it as well.
They're like us. They're like represent us. Like except they don't have YouTube channels. They're just like in person at these actual comic book stores and manga stores, and they just kind of like, it's fun to criticize. It's fun to like bitch about art, or even bitch about your favorite, the football teams, or bitch about the damn congressmen. It's just fun for men to get together and just start like complaining about shit.
And like I said earlier, we're starting to know what the public outside of our characters is saying about her as well. How do the public view this character? And it does give a little bit of more insight into this world as also. And once we see Me Mania as well is there, and obviously can really see his heart is just crushing with every second, seeing his precious Mimi becoming more and more tarnished. And
it's also like he hears them talking about how the show she's in is boring, and it's like, why are all the Japanese
knife twist, isn't it? Hearing them,
why do all the psycho thrillers made in Japan turn out all boring and stupid? And Mr. Mamania, he's just he's like, he's not happy. It's like the imposter is tarnishing Mima's beautiful reputation and image. Yeah,
and he's got, there's no life in him, in his eyes as well. It's all grey. It's all grey and it's dead.
Yeah.
Because he's dead inside.
Ugly individual.
I know.
But yeah, she's on the train, and she sees like a little ad to like, you can make your own website too. It's easy. And she sees some guy looking at a magazine. He kind of like he looks down at the magazine like he's looking at her, like he might recognize her.
Yeah, she's paranoid.
Then she remembers she's about to step off the train, And she remembers what the website said. This morning I got off the train, left foot first, and she pauses instead of putting her left foot first out. And then she kind of has like a panic attack and like runs off and kind of, this is like her first time where she's like, all right, it's the stress is starting to get to her. And that's the thing about,
like
there's three mentally ill people here. The fact that, she has a stalker who's being led by another stalker is bad enough, but she is also like suffering from a psychological breakdown at the same time because of all the pressure. I was talking about this on Leon's stream. Like what happens is when you suffer through multiple like tragedies or major events, like consecutively, quickly, that is how people lose it. That is how people break down, like to lose a parent is one thing, to lose like another parent right after that. And like maybe a child, or like, like to lose your career and then get a stalker and then like have to like, lose your fame and all this stuff all at once. Like it starts culminating. And that's when we start seeing more of this red color.
Yeah, it becomes too much. I noticed something as well about the skies highlight her mental state as well. Like it's all cloudy, but later on when spoiler alert, it gets to the end and she's a little bit better, it's more clearer. But yeah,
so the title's great because the title of the movie is vague,
yeah. But like it's great, though. All these little moments as well, blinking, you miss them. Like they're there right in front of you, but you don't notice them until someone points it out.
That's what's great about anime. It's like, or animation, like everything is done on purpose, no mistakes, everything's intentional. So like, we have a shot of her looking at the cloudy sky. They intentionally want the sky cloudy for whatever reason, for the reason you said, probably. There's always like reason behind it. And then she looks over there.
It's a mental state, doesn't it? Like a man's not too clear. It's not clear.
And then if you go back one screenshot, she is she just looks over to the left and she realizes she's being fucking recorded right then and there, like by some store. And it's like a 2-second little clip.
She's getting more fame from since leaving as well and being more in these dramas. And look, she's got reporters trying to stalk her as well and just become and already they're fucking judging her just because she wants to have a bit of privacy. They're saying, "Oh, she's a bit up her own ass, though, isn't she? She won't give us the time of day." It's like, you fucking journalists. Of course you won't. You're assholes.
Paparazzi. That's not even. I don't even call that a journalist, But then she goes into her elevator, and Mr. Mamania has left her a present. First of all, she recognizes him because he's very distinct looking. But before she recognizes him, she sees a little newspaper clipping on the side of the elevator, and it says a hit and run. Yeah, it's a hit and run, and it's a picture of that thug with the dreadlocks from the fight. It's a little bit before that, and then she it says closely, like you see a picture of the guy from the newspaper clipping, and it says that he's in critical condition. And then she cuts to the looking at the elevator, and it's Mr. Mamania like smiling. No, he definitely. He did.
That's like a
he did it. Well, he did it because Rumi told him to. There's none of this shit is mentioned outright ever in the movie. It's just like when you put the pieces together, it's pretty obvious what's happening.
I know she's seeing her old bandmates just fucking celebrating, like, and they're doing it together as well. And she just
we're doing great as a duo.
So alone. She feels so alone as well because even though Rumi's coming across like someone who cares for her, she's never been more alone, never been more depressed, and obviously she's trying to put a brave face on it as well. Because 83rd, they're doing well. They never made the charts before. Now look, and she missed that opportunity. She can't celebrate that opportunity with them. And I think that's another thing that adds a bit more pressure to her as well, which crumbles sanity away a little bit more.
Yeah, she has like a little like a fantasy of like kind of her joining the celebrations, or it's a flashback, but it's like cut to her being on the cover of the magazine, and she says something like, but what if is anyone going to be there at the show? And like one of her Cham cohorts is like, of course they are, Mima. And then she kind of breaks out of the fantasy quickly. And again, we do another one of these great transition edits, where now the hand slapping her on the back is Rumi's, kind of bringing her back to reality, telling her about the new script. It has a few more lines. You got 5 lines this time, And
the thing is, it does look like she is doing well as an actress, even though these are the very small parts. But it's it's.
I mean, that's the thing is like this is why it's difficult to pivot your career because, you know, you got to do the legwork. I'm sure she did a lot to get to where she was in Sham. And, you know, to start from the ground up as an actress, you know, you still got to do the work, you know, they're not going to just put you in starring roles of feature films right out the gate. You kind of got to prove yourself. Other actors don't like it when you just kind of, if PewDiePie were to just star in some big movie all of a sudden, you know, other actors would be like, what the hell? You know?
Why would I want to watch that as well? I like the
honestly, I've been saying for years, like if you want to get butts in the seats, put fucking Ninja or PewDiePie or some Twitch streamer in a movie, some YouTube content creator, put Mr. Beast in the next movie and watch all the stupid kids show up to the theaters again. You'll be like, wow, kids are here for the movies.
It'll be a lame gimmick, but fucking hell, it'll make you a quick bit of cash. And at least, and plus, PewDiePie is actually a fucking smart guy. I think he's very.
Yeah, watch them be really good actors. Watch Mr. Beast like be the next Tom Cruise. You don't even realize it.
Just give away free Mr. Beast bars with every seat.
But the thing is,
every you get a Beast burger for every movie ticket.
Yeah, a PewDiePie. A Beast
burger hidden under
a PewDiePie. A cheese PewDiePie, a steak PewDiePie. Fucking hell.
I love you British people. As soon as you hear them say the word pie, you think of like savory meats inside of them. All of our pies.
Yeah. We love pie. We love our meat pies. We do. You Americans love your apple pies. We love our meat pies.
I remember one time this woman I knew with gigantic boobies brought me over to her house, made me a meat pie, and then had sex with me. And then I never talked to her again. It was a good date.
While you were eating your pie?
No. Afterwards.
Jesus, woman, I'm getting steak all over my chest.
I had sex with the meat. I had sex with the pie, actually. I didn't even have sex with her. I had sex with the pie, and the woman watched.
Wow. Speaking of porn, you got this very sleazy agent saying, "Hey, you fancy being a model?" Because she's obviously getting a little bit more success, you know. But obviously, this guy's thinking exploit.
This kind of reminds me of Boogie Nights. How you've got like Eddie Adams becoming Dirk Diggler, and then Dirk Diggler becomes Brock Landers. So, you know, you've got a guy on the street like, hey, you have what it takes to be a model. And she's like, a model? So now you think for half a second, like, wait, she's going to become a model now? And you're like, oh, no, wait, she's acting. Cut. All right, this is part of her part in the drama. Yeah. But then that comes later where, you know, she's got like this almost like fake identity. She's got layers of fake identities going on here, you know. Because in the show, she plays someone with multiple personalities as an actress. So
yeah, and I like the fact that he doesn't always just stay with her as well. Even though this is like mostly about what's going on in the mind, you do see a little bit more of the producers, and obviously, they're really trying to push her in, and they're thinking, let's really go for it. Let's give her this very explicit fucking rape scene here, and
they said go for it.
The color red here as well and that. Yeah, it's another sign. A mental state starting to.
But it also makes sense because you know why they make certain scripts like that color red, because you can't Xerox them, photocopy them when they're printed on red paper like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a very good bit of security. Nix, isn't this one notoriously badly dubbed or unofficial subtitles? I don't know. Stupenzo might know more about that.
No. These subtitles appear pretty accurate to the English the English dub, but the English dub version is there, and I recommend the English dub version if you can find it. It is out there. But yeah, so basically, like in the new script, like her character, her character gets raped.
They're arguing about the fact that she has to doing the rape scene, and Rumi's not happy about it, and the agent's like, "Hey, she's got to go for it. It'll be really good for her. You know, this will really push her in and have her taken seriously as an actress." And
Rumi's like, "Absolutely not. Are you out of your mind?" And Mima's like, "Hey, it's fine. I said I do this. I mean, sure, my mom might freak out when she sees it, but it's not like she says it like a normal actress, like working actress. It's not like it's not like it's really happening. You know, we're playing pretend." And here's the thing, if you want to be an actor or actress, like obviously, like it works best if you have kind of that sick sense of humor, like those like child actors who prefer to be in these really just like Christina Ricci. She seems like she was like a little fucked up kid from the beginning. Like, you know, she's into like making crazy movies.
A lot of fucked up shit though, didn't she? Last year, I think it was.
I don't know. Natalie Portman. She seemed like she had like a good sense of humor about stuff. Being in the professional at 12. I don't know.
Are you on about Natalie Portman with Leo?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like some of these actors, child actors especially, like you got to have, it works better when you have this kind of sense of humor about it all. And like it's okay.
Yeah, because I mean, some of these kids have to be matured already because in the professional, she's playing a little girl that's beaten up by her dad and has her family murdered, and she's learning to be a bloody killer herself. It's that's kind of a bit of a large step for a child actor to be playing as well.
Right,
but he's still done well.
And it's cool when that child actor's like, "Ooh, this sounds like a good movie," like
Yeah. But this is really sending Rumi off the edge a little bit more as well, just a tiny little bit more.
Again, it's one of these things where, like, in hindsight, it's so obvious what's happening here.
I know.
But and this is, I gotta say, this is one of those movies I've seen a lot of times because when I first got it on DVD, then it was like a tradition of like blowing fucking friends of mine's minds. We'd come to my house and rip the bong, and I'd show them Perfect Blue, and every time they'd be like, "What? Whoa!"
Yeah,
I think I watched this movie like 50 times.
Nostalgia Critic, because back when I used to listen to a lot of his older stuff, and I have been meaning to watch this for a good few years. I mean, there's tons I still need to watch, and it'll probably be a while before I
Paprika next. Check that one out.
Yeah, I'll pull that on the list. I will. I'll pull it on the list. And yeah, she's agreeing to do it anyway because she kind of does want to do right. She wants to really do something with her career, and but she's really not. She's not happy about it, even though it's all acted and it's all.
She's like disappointed with her. You can tell. She's like, Mima, like you don't have like you're letting me down. I was just like I was hoping you would stick up for me, saying no.
I know.
Because she has this moment where she has her little interior monologue. The actual pop idol Mima would not agree to this, and she has this moment where her reflection quickly turns into pop idol Mima. I absolutely refuse to do it.
I know. I couldn't get the shot though. I must have missed it, but
okay. Yeah, what happens is I think sometimes when you're taking screenshots when the movie's playing, it'll it might take it like a second or two later, or if you pause it and miss it, it's all good. Yeah. This is one of those. This is literally every frame of painting.
We'll see later on with the pop idol Mima, the hallucination or Rumi. Yeah. So sometimes it is like a projection. Other times it is Rumi.
Yeah, sometimes it is her. Yeah, it's her brain. It's a combination of both things happening. Her mind is broken and Rumi's insane. So this is why everything seems so crazy, because it's like a triple effect of craziness. Nothing supernatural or unexplainable happens in this film.
Yeah, because because even though you've seen a lot of these weird, surreal images, it's still very grounded in reality.
Every frame of potato.
Hey, thank God I'm not fucking Irish. Otherwise, I'll potato your fucking head, Nix. I would. But
what's even better is Mr. Mamania has he's somehow here at the shoot. He's in the background behind the cameras, like standing all silhouetted. And
it's almost like he's trying to antagonize himself. There's a part of him that help antagonize himself.
It's like you want to watch the video of your wife cheating on you that she recorded or whatever. Why would you watch that?
No, I know. It's like there's some people who will do that as well. It's like, and
but also, how did he get there? How did he get in there? He's one of these dudes. He's gonna stop at nothing for his precious Mimarin. And like I said, he's such a great red herring because he's not really a red herring.
He's already obsessed and psychotic, but this is where it really starts to come out even more, the same way it does with Rumi. And and obviously we've got the rape scene as well, and it almost fakes you out thinking this is real, but then we see the television monitors, but then you start thinking, oh my God, are they really doing it to her? Are they really exploiting her like this? And but no, it turns out she's acting.
I think all three of them are here, right? And all three of them psychologically break after this scene.
I know. And even the actors are like apologetic as well. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't go too rough today. It's like, she's cool with him, which is nice, but
cut. We got to move the camera. Hold your positions. And they got to do that awkward.
It's when she starts exposing a nipple. That's when it starts to. That's when it's just no. I can't do this. I want to get out of here. Ruby wants to get out of here. And she's not crying because
clothes off.
Yeah, and she's not crying because that's my daughter. That's my daughter figure who's having this happen to her. No, this is the image of the person I'm projecting myself on. That's getting tarnished right now as I speak, as a witness.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, first, like, Rumi's, like, sitting there smoking with her cigarette ash all along, like, kind of emotionless, and then, yeah, when the rape scene starts happening, yeah, Rumi's, like, not having it. She's breaking down. And then, we do this awkward, awkward smash cut. It's funny because, like, the rape scene is what psychologically breaks her character that she plays as well in the show she's in, Double Bind. But, like, yeah, she doesn't realize, like, it's gonna have, like, this long-lasting effect on her. And then it gets exacerbated after the modeling scene as well, so it gets worse.
I know, because this time she is being kind of exploited as well. She's not happy with it, but she just won't say no. She's too agreeable. And even he looks a little bit guilty as well about it, but he's still choosing to fucking exploit her for his own personal gain because the rewards are too fucking good to pass up.
Yeah, and she gets back in the car with her Mr. Agent, and she's like, "Where's Rumi?" He's like, "Oh, she went home early, but you know, since you did so good today, like kind of like rewarding a kid."
Yeah, I know. It's like
because you did so good today, I'm gonna take you out to eat. You know, we're gonna go get a delicious meal. Yay!
Yeah,
I mean, that is one of those things you'd want to do as an adult. You know, like, oh, I just did a very hard scene acting. Like, yeah, let's go to my favorite restaurant. Shit.
I know. Then we come back to the room, and the fish are all dead now because it's like she hasn't been there for days. She's been away shooting, and she's not even
forgot to feed them
again.
Because she says that earlier as well in the earlier scene when she's only just started. It's like, oh, I forgot to feed you a while ago. And she feeds them, but she's been away too long now. All the fish are dead. Yeah, well, except for two anyway. I think there's only two that's still alive.
Yeah, the fish. The little fish. I mean, like, she doesn't realize that the acting scene broke her, but the fish coming home to the dead fish, like, that sends her over the edge. And like she's like just crying to herself, and she says, of course I didn't want to do it, but I didn't want to let down all the people that have been working so hard for me, And then that's when she first sees, this is when she fucking breaks down and sees Mimiden laughing at her, Pop Chan Mimiden laughing at her in the mirror in the reflection of the computer.
And I was like, "You're a slut now. You're a total slut." Yeah.
Yeah. What does she say exactly? No, she's just. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the job you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one I've only just watched for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Perfect Love, and it's definitely one I need to watch a few times. But it is very well done, though. I mean, as I'm looking back more on it now, I'm starting to sort of figure out. Oh yeah, I'm starting to the bits I missed or overlooked. I'm starting to appreciate a bit more as I do this.
Hell yeah, dude. And Lobster Man. Yeah, we should watch something soon, Lobster Man. Where the hell are you?
Yeah, and if you're not a subscriber, do subscribe. And please subscribe to my other guests unless you've already done. But yeah, we still see those
cat. He's the Cat Man and the Lobster Man at the same time.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, for a minute though, I thought the fish was like was the dead fish was all on the man, because we see those two fish, and I realized, oh no, they're the ones that still managed to be alive. The others are dead. So,
yeah, but this is where things are starting to fracture. More so because now the website Mima's Room whatever.
It did throw me off. He was like he's mouthing the words, and I thought, oh, that's him typing it up. He's like, fucking hell.
That's what got me. That's what I thought. I thought he was running the website.
Because it's the first time we see his room, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of think that he's running the website, right? But no, we find out that he's just reading it. And the website is now saying, like, I don't want to do this drama show. The director's a total pervert. The screenwriter's a total pervert. The producer. And my role got really screwed up, Singing in front of my fans has got to be the best for me after all, So like the website is starting to, go in a different direction for what's actually happening with Mima. And again, causing Mr. Mamania to further believe that this actress Mima is a imposter of some kind.
I know. And
a body double.
All this, she is, despite her mental state, she is actually doing well in the acting department. She's showing potential.
Yeah,
and it's like it's
she's
film she doesn't want. It's a kind of film she doesn't want. She's because it means it's plunging her deeper into that world that she's just having trouble comprehending.
But also, they're saying like, oh, the ratings are going up, and these guys, they're always cynical. Like even when she's getting praise, they're like, yeah, well, the people are idiots, And these guys are just like negative Nancy's about everything. They represent this movie. Also, obviously has metaphors about
when it comes. It's like those guys that listen to indie bands, but they'll probably keep it if they listen to a pop song and like it. They won't say it in front of their mate in case their mates take this out of them. It's that kind of like.
Oh, I was into Kings of Leon before they got big, bro. Yeah. Once they got big, they suck now. I fucking, I don't like that shit either. But it's funny because like obviously I like talking about this movie on deeper metaphorical level about what it represents about, identity and self and all that stuff. But on the more surface level, like this movie is about, fame and celebrity status and stalkers and all that stuff, your private life versus your social life versus your your perceived life. Like kind of that's the other thing, like the difference between who you are and how you're perceived. That's another key theme in this movie. Like the perception of what someone thinks about someone can be vastly different from what's actually happening.
And as we see here, the perception on him, me mania, is really starting to shatter even more. It's driving him even more over the edge here. And it's done it very slowly as well, just by the way his body language is, the way he's just slumped over on the box.
Yeah, well, she's getting all these interviews and those internet.
Those on it as well, isn't she? She's trying not to complain. She's trying to sort of like say, but I don't want to be known as an ex-pop idol. I'm learning how to be an actress, and I'm getting there. But
yeah, but they were saying like, oh well, after watching that rape scene from that show Double Bind, like the fans of Mimarin are probably whining like that's not actually Mimarin.
Yeah,
like,
no, because
see Mr. Romania like with all these like shredded up articles. He's ripping up the newspaper or the magazine articles. He's not having it.
Perfect Mima is turned out to be a fraud, but he gets manipulated as well by the real Mima, and that other Mima is an imposter.
Yeah, Rumi Mima. Yeah, and then this is like the second time that she's going to her Mima's room website, and she's starting to see that. Yeah, it's just saying, help me. It's all the screenwriter's fault. Everyone's forcing me to do it. I don't want to do this. And she's like, I didn't write any of this. And this is kind of when she has her big breakdown. And this is one of the freakiest scenes ever, man.
Yeah, and that's like, obviously it's not Rumi because, this seems really out of the impossible, even for a Japanese animation. It's obviously a man saying something that she does not realize deep down, and it's almost trying to take over her a little bit.
Yeah, she's like, you're not a pop idol, and you wanted to be a pop. You don't want to be a pop idol. You're filthy and you're tarnished. Yeah,
you're a slut now. You can't go back to entertaining kids and being all pure when you're a total slut. It's
the color blue no longer applies to you.
So if Mr. Mania thinks that she's an imposter, where do you suppose that he thinks that the actual Mima resides?
I don't know. Mr. Mamania has only been, from what I can tell, communicating via online with someone. I don't know. The idea of like being catfished by someone hasn't really entered his mind.
Yeah, because I don't think the term was even thought of back then, was it? Well, 7. I know it was still going on a little bit, but I still think there were still people figuring it out as well back then.
Yeah. Well, up until now, the website Mima's Room has been entirely accurate and obviously written by the real Mima. So now that the quote unquote internet Mima, the real Mima, is saying all this different stuff from what's actually happening, and private messaging, I don't know. Yeah, it's like a long con. Like who knows how long the Mima's Room website has been up? Like a year or two, however long Cham's been around, probably.
Yeah, I have a feeling Cham haven't been around maybe for a couple of years, and so a lot of bands are around for a while before they start becoming a little bit bigger, don't they? Even with their first album, it's
but this isn't really a band. This is like a pop idol thing where it's like they're just kind of assembled and put out there.
Yeah, so probably probably got got their due a little bit more sooner than most, didn't it? I mean, like working bands that start off in the pubs, they take a while before they get the first albums out. It's yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is where we have our Ring moment where you know, the illusion, the perceived identity of Mima comes out of the computer.
Yeah, she's not just a reflection now, is she, anymore? She's actually coming into the room, and she's going
like floating in the room like an apparition. And she says, "Nobody likes you anymore. You can't ever be a pop idol anymore, but it's okay because I'm here. You know, I'm the real Mima." And she floats through the window. And then, like, you know, Mima tries to follow her, and she realizes she has to open the door. And then when she goes out there, you just see her just like hopping on all the streetlights, like effortlessly. Everything the illusional Mima does is like so smooth and graceful.
It's kind of creepy as well,
dude. Super creepy
a little bit as well. I don't know why. The way she acts all happy and bubbly while bouncing around while saying all this really horrible stuff as well.
Yeah. And then the music too is just like, dude, the music's like making your adrenaline go, dude.
And this is where
the music is like stuff you've never heard before.
Yeah,
you know, it's like weird tech synth sounds and these crazy like Japanese vocals and like layered Japanese vocals doing all this weird like wailing. Like it's crazy.
I'm guessing at the time that this came out as well that kind of music was pretty unheard of in movies as well. So
well, it kind of reminds me of Ghost in the Shell, where you're doing a combination of traditional Japanese music with like, you know, modern kind of electronic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just otherworldly,
freaky,
and plus things will really start to escalate here as well. I mean, the grape scene is what really tips it over the edge now, because this is when the murders start. And yet this
could have been it could be possible that I do think that the guy who was run over is also dead or didn't make it, or at least sustained serious life-changing injuries. So this is technically like probably the second murder of the movie, but each murder gets more. They show you more. The first murder, you just see a little news clipping of the after effects. This is like, again, like they almost show you the murder here. This is one of the best murder scenes ever. Okay.
And because you don't see it. You see the aftermath. It's just, Plus,
but
the murder.
So it's the screenwriter of Double Bind. He's the one who wrote the part for Mima. He shows up, and there's like a blood splattered Double Bind paper over his parking spot, and he kind of rips it off thinking it's nothing.
Double Bind's the name of the show that she's on. Yeah. Plus, the first murder was different. It was kind of like a run, and the guy wasn't really killed straight away. He was in critical condition, but
right.
Do we find out from any little hints in the film that he survived?
No. Yeah. I mean, that's all we hear about it. But I'd like to think he died.
Yeah. I think this is proper murder that's involved in it, though, mostly as well, because it's very similar to the others. Like the eyes get affected, or one eye gets cut out.
And we start hearing this is like the Jaws stuff where we hear like some music, like it's muffled, it's coming from somewhere. It's the Cham music, and like he's like, "Who's there?" And he doesn't hear it, and it stops. And then he pushes the elevator button and it starts again. The music is like this looming threat. Like obviously something is coming, you know? And, you know,
it is really creepy as well.
He opens the elevator and it's like the classic setup. You think that there's going to be the way, if you go back two or three frames where he's standing in front of the elevator door, obviously it leads us to suspect that there's going to be a big reveal when the doors open and there's going to be some kind of killer behind him, but instead, and this is also the first time we see like the most saturated and biggest block of red in the movie now.
Yeah, red, all the red in the world.
Yeah, and it's also like the first time we're seeing like real like heavy saturated red, and then it just smash cuts to the 5th floor. And the music is still playing muffled, like downstairs or whatever. And the elevator doors open, and we see the screenwriter has had his eyes stabbed out, and he just kind of falls over dead. And the fact that the music is still playing kind of represents that there is this looming threat, like the murders are just kind of starting, you know. The danger has just begun, you know.
Yeah. Missed to ask after the first 15 minutes, but halfway in, what are we thinking? Did it catch you? Wanted to turn it off? Worth watching? Have you noticed the time passing so far? What was I thinking? I was thinking, what the fuck is going on? It's intriguing. I was wondering what was happening. Did it catch me? I don't know what that means, but Stupenzo, do you have any idea there?
Yeah, man, this movie's a damn masterclass. It's like I highly recommend it to everybody. Like I said, even if you're not into anime.
Yeah, I fucking agree. I agree. It'll take a few watches, but there's tons to find as well. There's just loads as well that you will miss the first time you watch it, probably even the 10th time.
Here's how you know it's good. Even if you watched us doing this stream and heard all the spoilery shit, you would watch the movie and still like it.
Yeah,
like even knowing what's coming.
Do this for 10 hours and still not scratch the surface of this.
Right, now we're in the red part of the movie.
Right at the halfway point.
Sorry. Yeah, it's worth watching. Nick. It's worth watching. If you don't want it spoiled, leave now and then put it on and then watch this later. It's, I wouldn't fault you for it, but if you want it spoiled, stick around, man. Stick around.
I mean, we've already spoiled the shit out of it, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I had to keep reminding myself that it was an animation, essentially a cartoon. It was that compelling, and the writing's that good. But I still don't know what the hell it's about, so I'm going to have to watch it another 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, like I said, this is the second half. This is the red part of the movie. This is where Mima is officially fractured, and this is where Red starts getting way more prominent, and this is where...
Still Pencil, he knows more about it. He's going to be the one spoiling it more than me.
Yeah, I mean, this is like us like discussing Fight Club in great detail and not having to mention, oh, by the way,
these are better. These films are always miles better once you have seen the film, though, in my opinion. I mean, if it's like when a drinker had his happy hours and all right, I don't want to watch that happy hour because I've not seen the film yet. I'll watch the film and if I like it, I might listen to the happy hour later.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So, where are we now? We're at the other performance here of Duo Cham. They're like hanging out. Everyone's waiting for Duo Chan to perform. Meanwhile,
these guys are kind of waiting, hoping to feel a little bit as well, aren't they? I mean, he's kind of like you said, the negative Nancy's. And Mima is there as well. And it's obviously like he's putting himself in even more despair as well because he knows, they say that she might be popping up, don't they?
Yeah. She said that she'd be here on Mima Room's website. And they're saying, oh, would you read that Mima's Room website? Nah, it looks like bullshit. I don't think, who knows if that's really her. But the website was saying she'd be here at this. I guess they're called Lucky now instead of Cham. Or is that the name of the magazine or whatever the hell this is?
And this does make me laugh as well when she pops up on the stage because we noticed something a little bit later after, and I'll get to it later. But now we've got the news is on that the screenwriter has been slaughtered, and he's asking if she's concerned about it. But he's also saying we got to move on. The show has to go on. All right, it's there's nothing we can do. Just carry on.
She's also like there was a letter bomb. Also, like I'm starting to see a pattern here. And like she said to Rumi earlier, she's like, I could have opened that letter, like obviously someone's, some disgruntled fan is showing up. And then, this is like your Black Swan moment where she sees
if this might be Rumi in the car as well. And the agent just didn't notice.
No, Rumi. I think this is just Mima being crazy. Cause like I said, it's like all three of these people are crazy. Mima is crazy as well. She's losing it, dude. So she's going through her own problems.
Yeah, and obviously, because I think she's still sorting out the other pop idols, and it's looking like they didn't really have much of a relationship with Mimi as well, because they're kind of saying, "Oh, she'll be glad to be up there showing her fucking pussy to everyone." Yes,
well, that's how girls are, man. They're all friends with each other, and then backstabbing behind each other behind closed doors, talking shit.
They're obviously just there as a fucking group. They weren't friends. They were just up there. It was all part of the show. That blah blah, that kind of thing.
They're also kind of giving like backstory on the photographer. They're like, this photographer, he's known to get the girls to kind of open up. He's known to get the girls to show more skin than they initially want to. He knows how to get that nudity out of them.
Yeah, so he's got some game, hasn't he? He's very manipulative. He knows.
Well, what you do is you just tell them how goddamn beautiful they are. Oh my God, you're gorgeous. Yes, keep it like that. How about take that shirt off? Oh yes, you're amazing.
Obviously, I couldn't do all the fucking good stuff because
what's funny is you actually can. I think because it's animated. I know Gooch used to show a bunch of animated titties on some of his reviews.
Oh, don't you fucking tell me.
It's okay. It's okay. But the funny is, like, there is an unrated version of this movie. And the only reason why it's unrated is because there's a couple of, like, really close-up shots of Bush and just like gratuitous, like, up close, like, shots of her hips to her knees, just showing her, like, naked. But the idea is, like, she's doing this kind of a almost pornographic photo shoot at the same time that Cham the duo is taking the stage. And
she obviously feels really fucking soiled. She's in that bath. She does not want to do it, but once again, projection.
She's also, keep in mind, the bathroom is completely red for some reason.
And this is where it's obviously interesting, is it, on this bit where she comes onto the stage. But this is obviously a hallucination, and she's crazy. He's in the crowd again. And it's looking like because Mania sees her on that stage, so it probably is fucking Rumi. And
now, because everyone would notice Rumi, like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't think this is, like I said, all three of these people are crazy.
Yeah, but he seems to smile though when he looks up though. So what is he? Is that just his own fucked up imagination as well? Seeing Mimi,
Maybe imagine. Because that is what he ultimately wants, for them to get back together.
So we're seeing it from his own point of view, like he's imagining it because he wants it so badly.
It's also like, in the next clip we're gonna see that the Mima's Room website has something saying how, like, thank you for coming to the event today. It's so good. It's such a good feeling singing in front of all of you again. I was so happy to sing in front of you. That's kind of what the website says. So it's like one of those things where, because the website says it like retroactively, he remembers it that way, because he's crazy. But he just, Mima, and she, like, floats, the hallucination Mima. She's like, she's like a fairy almost,
I just think Fandad's just listening at the moment, but I hear you pretty far.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm just enthralled in the chat, listening to you guys.
A bunch of twats who've just seen this for the first time and are still wondering what the fuck is going on. That's why
exactly.
It was Stupenzo that recommended it, and
he is a resident expert.
Inside out, he knows every single bit. You've analyzed every single bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
I just, what happened was I rewatched it again like 2 days ago. Like, it had been a while, but it's like I've seen it a bunch of times, and it's one of these. It's great when you take a few years off and rewatch it, because like you just.
Here's a question. It may be something, it may be nothing, but Rumi, was Rumi's lips red at the start of this movie? Because they seem to be getting redder. I don't know if that's
right. No. I don't think she's wearing lipstick in the beginning. Let me go back. Let me see here.
Oh.
She does have like some red lipstick on in the very beginning, but she's wearing like a purple shirt, black jumpsuit. But yeah, I mean, that could be the clue that she's wearing red lipstick at the beginning, though, because like that's the thing. You see more red. You see more red over and over again.
Keep that in mind, Nix. I'll keep that in mind.
In that news report of the guy that got killed, it was an interesting choice of words that they used slaughtered instead of murdered.
Yeah, I mean, you guys' eyes stabbed out.
Yeah,
I was wondering that as well. I was like, because but then again, I thought that might be just a Japanese thing now, or something. Because Japanese are very different, aren't they? They have a very different culture.
Yeah, they like to slaughter people instead of murder.
Yeah, like, fuck you, dolphin and whales.
Fuck you, dolphin. And honestly, I don't think this stream's not going to be too long, because this is a short movie.
It's not a long film, but it packs on a lot. It packs in a lot, though. Yeah. And once again, the room's really untidy now. The state's really gone off the end.
She's going through her depression, she's starting to feel it. And this is where we get our Requiem from a Dream scene. This is like exactly borrowed from that movie borrows from this directly basically for this.
Fuck you, Darren Aronofsky.
Crying in the bathtub.
Yeah. Just letting it all out. And Yeah, this is where Me Mania is really fucking pissed. It's like, oh my.
This is where everyone's reading the nudie scene, the nudie article with all of her pictures bearing all, and Mr. Mamania shows up and grabs all the copies and pays for them all. He's like,
graphic, isn't it? He doesn't want everyone else to see this image. He doesn't want everyone to realize how tarnished she is. He wants to get rid of it and keep this reputation alive that she's still pure. But yeah, that's not going to happen, man. That's not.
Well, it's funny because you would think, oh, this guy's like trying to buy all the magazines of her because he's obsessed with her and wants to masturbate to all these pictures or whatever. Yeah. But the idea is like, no, he doesn't want anyone else to see this shit.
Yeah, he's trying to protect her integrity.
He's sweaty in that. He's got that fucking creepy face.
He's all sweaty. Who knows? Maybe
like spaghetti.
Maybe Rumi's the one who told him to buy all the magazines. Like, I'll reimburse you.
Yeah, because he seems to be a puppet for her in a way, doesn't he? I mean, she's posting all that shit, and it's even escalating now. She's an imposter. That's not me. She needs to be rid of.
The real Mima would never do such a thing. She would never be in these smut pictures. I trust you, Mr. Mamania. You know, you're the only one that can help free me. Basically, you're the only one that can save me.
He's going crazy as well because now the pictures are talking.
Yeah. The fact that he even has all these pictures everywhere is like, okay, you know. Imagine if like somehow Mr. Mamania did get to meet Mimaren and somehow convinced her to come to his place and meet, you know.
Yeah.
What is her reaction when she sees his apartment, you know? Like nothing good.
Yeah, she better not have you better make sure that fucking woman doesn't have a gun because she's going to shoot your ass for fear that you'll grape her.
Yeah, and also, like the fact that he's imagining she's literally in the room, like covering him, and she's like, if you go back, like she's wearing like this like high skirt with these high waisted panties and her ass hanging out. You know, she's all.
There was times where I caught a couple of shots by accident. It's like, I couldn't help it come out. It seems to be shot a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this is on the most surface level.
Some on purpose, some accidentally.
Yeah, on the most surface level, this movie is about the dangers of fame, you know, the dangers of celebrity and the, your personal versus your public life.
Yeah, and I think this is a scene where the day starts to go in a bit of a circle, doesn't it? Like 1 minute she's acting in
this is the red part of the film where everything goes fucking insane, where you have no idea what's real and what's happening.
She's going back and forth with a roommate in the room, and then back to the drama again, and all the clouds are all clouded up. So obviously another highlight of a mental state, and it's really fucking cloudy now.
We've also like kind of explained what's actually happening. So that's why the following the red part of the movie starts throwing you all these curveballs where
because we've got
she's actually trying to be a model. Her actual name's this. She's she's done this and that and all this stuff. None of that stuff. It's only until like 2/3 of the movie with the next murder scene that everything starts to kind of unravel and we start to reveal the audience what is actually happening. But like the next like few chapters of this movie are intentionally like mind-bogglingly confusing on purpose. And this is where they really, really showcase amazing transitional editing, like amazing transitions for this. It's almost like a giant montage with no music. This next part of the movie, the next several scenes,
it sort of blurs as well. I almost got the impression that she was doing the same scene for a good few days, and the days were sort of blaring in together, you know. And
and that's also like a thing about movies is like the repetition of filmmaking and acting in television and movies and stuff. Like that's why that would exacerbate like the effects of like deja vu and other things. Did this happen already? And is this a dream? You would dream about stuff that you've been doing repetitively too.
Yes, I know. And what was it? What was that scene in The Simpsons where Milhouse is playing Radioactive Boy and they're telling, "We need you to do the Jumping Jillikers line again." It's like,
we already did it. It took 17 hours, but we did it. He's like, yes, but we need to do it again and again in multiple different angles.
I know. That's fucking filmmaking. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's something they tell you if you want to be an actor. They're like, well, do you like monotony and waiting around and doing nothing? Yeah. Because if you can do that, then you might have a shot. If like sitting around doing nothing and then doing the same menial task over and over and over again drives you crazy, you shouldn't be an actor in film.
Oh yeah, look at Tim Curry. Apparently he said he had a complaint about his Game Boy getting nicked while he was doing a film, and they said, I spend more. They pay me more to fucking sit around than I do actual acting. and my Game Boy is more important for me here while I'm doing this job. It's because you gotta get shots fucking set up, lighting, fucking whatever, and actors. Yeah. You got other actors fucking playing up because they won't show up unless they have this happen. It's or get this, or the coffee's not better. It's all waiting around and fucking setting up. It's a lot of hassle.
Shot, reverse, shot.
Yeah.
And repeat. From 6 angles.
Dude, and that's the other thing, man. You hear about some of these directors like Stanley Kubrick, doing 100 takes of something. It's like, dude, what's your problem? Like, come on. Michael Mann, hey, we talked about this on Collateral on Gord's stream, but it's like they wrecked that big taxi, right? Flipped it over, and Michael Mann's like, it's a little too violent. Let's do it 2 more times. And then they still ended up going with the first take. You crashed 3 taxi cabs. That's expensive. Anyway, so Cham is doing a duo interview on the radio, and
they're doing very well as well.
Yeah, I thought you'd like to see them get their big radio interview, and she shows up, and what's it? She sees Mrs. Mima.
Yeah, that was an
in the interview.
But yeah, she's chasing her around. She's like she wants to really confront it, but then she comes over to she nearly gets fucking run over by this big lorry coming by.
What's great is how she has these this glide.
Yeah,
fake Mima. They do it on purpose. Yeah. But yeah, she has these 5-foot stride skips that she does, and she's just effortlessly dodging everything. She doesn't even you see a part where she jumps on a puddle, and it's a little drip, and then Mima follows her, and her foot just splashes water everywhere. Fake Mima is skipping around all these people, and real Mima is crashing into them and being clumsy.
I know.
There's this great moment where she's running down the stairs, and you get to why animation is so much better, according to Satoshi Kon, is there's a 5-frame insert shot of fake Mima skipping through the stairs, and there's a specific moment where she looks right at the camera and gives a little smile, a little come catch me, and it's just it's so quick. It's a blink and you'll miss it type thing. But trying to do that in live action, you'd have to do it way slower.
Plus, you can do a lot with more of animation, exaggerate a bit more as well, flex the reality around these characters a tiny bit and still pull it off.
Yeah, and what's crazy is she, when she falls down those stairs, that's amazing animation, and she falls right in front of a mirror, and fake Mima pops up behind her, come and catch me, and she chases her through the rain, and you think she gets hit by a car or something, wakes up. So maybe the whole radio sequence thing was a dream, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because you're never sure as well. Because this is the second half is where it really disorients you as well. It's it's putting you in her mind. Nothing is real or unreal to her. Everything's reality and insanity is kind of blurred together.
Yeah, and it's funny because the Millennium Actress does the same thing, but it's not a. It's cool because Satoshi Kon, all of his movies are different genres, and Millennium Actress is kind of a romantic kind of drama. But it's still very what's happening in the past and the present simultaneously type stuff.
Yeah, like you said, it's identity. And yet Tokyo Godfathers does kind of do that because we have because one of the homeless guys pretty much lies about who he is as well, doesn't he?
Right.
He's telling all these fucking stories and found out later he's full of shit.
Yeah, and Paprika's all about your dreams and stuff. Dude, identity is the core theme of all the Satoshi Kon movies. It's crazy. Yeah, guy was a goddamn genius, I tell you.
Yeah, a lot of these fucking Japanese animators, directors seem to be really good at delving into something a bit more abstract and more thought-provoking without being so monotonous.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I love is because you want something that can use mainstream. You want your popcorn flicks, but you also want your avant-garde, art house. You don't want your art house movies to be boring, and you don't want your popcorn flicks to be, retarded. So when you have a great blend of the two, there's nothing wrong with making your action popcorn movies smarter and making your art house movies less pretentious and more. I watched Kinds of Kindness yesterday. It was fucking weird, dude. You know,
it never comes across pretentious, though. It never does. It does come across sincere and understandable, even despite it being so confusing and so mind-boggling. And
that's why Satoshi Kon is one of my favorite filmmakers, dude. He was amazing.
I watched more of his stuff. I did like talking.
He's only got like 5 or 6 movies. You've already watched half of them, so don't worry.
Far Frame of a Smile in live action by Snyder will be a 30-minute slow-mo within a slow-mo within a slow-mo. Yeah, that's like putting a taco within a taco, meshed up in a taco.
This is also where the screen. This is also where the panelists' psyches start to unravel in the red part of the movie. Our commentary starts becoming more disjointed and insane.
Yeah, it starts going in this cycle, doesn't it?
Mima tells Rumi, like, it's been a long time since you've been here, and she's like, I was here yesterday, and she's like, is that real?
Rumi has a red shirt on.
Yeah, Mima the red shirt on. No, it's going back. She's also gonna Mima also breaks her coffee mug, cuts her hands, and we see some more red. Blood. And again, it's like after that we cut to that she's basically kind of starting to read the website to get an idea of what oh wait, no, I'm skipping ahead.
No, but there's a little thing as well with the puddle there. We see the clouds start to form a little bit of a light as well. So is that kind of highlighting something later on in the film? So I know he uses sky as some kind of metaphor for a mental state as well.
Dude, just to show you how confusing this is, like, I thought we were 2 scenes ahead. So, like, this is the next scene where Rumi is actually having dinner.
She wakes up with Mima 5 times, doesn't she?
And she's like, weren't you here? It's been a long time since you were here. And she's like, I was here yesterday. And this is where she breaks the coffee cup in her hand.
Yeah. And look, I think I know what Fandad means, because she's really got a lot of lipstick on her lips here, though, now. It's really
red, and then even the candles behind her were red for some reason. There's red is like peppered in almost every frame in this movie, and it starts getting more significant during this part of the movie.
Yeah, because now she's got red on her hands as well. It's like it's really getting worse.
And she's like, "Is this real?" And then she's like I said, she's like reading the website, kind of trying to find out what she did today. What happened today? Let me read the website based on my Catfisher, what they're saying.
And she starts to believe, I guess I did do that. And because
she's taking what she perceives to be her reality from a website that's making stuff up.
But even if you go back, to the shoot, dude, like for no reason, like I don't think you have frames of it, but for no reason, like the staircase that they're filming under is red. These big red pillars are all over them next to them. I
mentioned that earlier, it's scaffolding by the construction. Was it the construction site?
All red.
Yeah, it was it was all red.
It looks dope. And another great transition is like she's we get the shot of Mima. Let me just share my screen for half a second.
All right, yeah.
This is like the kind of transitions that are all over this movie.
Right there. All these.
See this shit. The sun comes out in the reflection, and then cut to Dream. I mean, these there's so many amazing transitions in this movie. You can't even count them on 4 hands. I don't know, man. There's a lot. It's a lot. It's good. Real good.
Once again, we're back to the show, and it's mentioning something that almost reflects what's happening here as well. We've got the murders going on, and once again, you're puzzled even fucking more. You are really fucking, what's going on there? Now, this is where we come to the photographer as well, and he's about to
get... something bad's gonna happen, because we're all of a sudden with the photographer by himself, and it's great because we cut out of the previous scene, because we're understanding from the detectives that the character that she's playing has these double identity, split personality.
Yeah, and you're wondering that.
We realize that he's the photographer's just watching the show in his house alone at night on his big red couch,
I know,
and something bad's gonna happen.
The show is the fucking reality, and everything else was her delusion. But then it starts fucking with you, saying, no, the show is the show. Her reality is everything that's happening is happening.
It's intentionally confusing you for no reason. Like we already spelled out what's happening in the blue part of the movie when we were talking about that. Like everything out here that's happening in this red part is all literally what's the word I'm looking for? Distraction? No, where they're trying to avert your attention. Misdirection. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all misdirection on purpose. But this scene right here, I think this is also, obviously the brutal murder scene that we see.
And this is where we really do see the guy get murdered as well. I mean,
and this is also, I'm certain, Rumi's over here committing this murder.
Yeah,
Rumi's dressed like a pizza delivery guy.
Yeah, because I kind of noticed as well, like the person looks a little bit tubby, but as soon as you see the face, it is Mimi, and it's like another.
Yeah, no, it's animated like Mimirin, but yeah, I think realistically it is Rumi, and yeah, she stabs him in the dick.
I know, it's fucking.
Stabs him in the eye.
Not the dick, man, not the dick.
She stabs him like multiple times. She's using an ice pick too. Stabs his hand through the phone when he's trying to call for help, and then this is like the big money shot of her like just stabbing the shit out of him with the projections.
Yeah,
of like the nude photos behind her. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then once again, but then it cuts to her waking up and she's wondering what the fuck is happening.
Yeah. And we're led to believe based on the editing that Mima had a dream about that murder, but that's not what's happening. She's just waking up like normal. But because of the editing, we're being led down all these false rabbit holes, intentionally led to confuse us, which is great. That's why this movie's so awesome. Because when you just realize like the main simple plot, it's like, oh my God. Yeah. It's great. And then the paparazzi, they're going to be here asking questions because she gets a phone call right away. But the reason why she starts to freak out is because Rumi, who obviously committed the murder, manages to go into her apartment and throw the bloody pizza delivery driver clothes in her closet.
I know, and once again, you feel that it has happened to her. She's looking at her hands, and he's looking a bit worried as well because
Mima is looking at her hands most likely because she cut them yesterday on the coffee cups.
Oh yeah, she did that as well. But is it like she's starting to wonder if she has done it because it's hinting that she may have dreamt it as well. But now she's waking up, and now she's woke up and seeing the things. She's like, wait, did I do it? Did I? I thought I dreamt it. Have I done it?
Yeah, it's the pizza delivery clothes in the closet that caused her to start, doubting reality. And that's the thing, is like she knows what's happening, but it's these little implants that like cause her to doubt reality, which causes things to get worse.
Yeah, because
she had a grip. If she had a grip on her sanity, and her mental state, this story wouldn't be as crazy as it is.
Plus she's kind of allowing these people to push her into it as well. She just hasn't had she's too agreeable. She's not having the guts to say, listen, this is becoming too much for me. I need a fucking break. I'm going crazy. This is not helping me.
But everything after the ice pick murder, this is where the confusing stuff is slowly. It's more, the actual truth is starting to get revealed to the audience slowly for the next for the next third of the movie. The last third of the movie. So this is where we're kind of transitioning out of the red part of the movie and eventually back to blue. But yeah, we're starting to kind of,
hearing these people talking about making bets on who's going to fucking die, and they're starting to suspect it's her as well. Yeah.
Which character in Double Bind is going to be killed off? Now that the screenwriter's gone, they don't know. They got to wrap it up. But she kind of has her
little
her
image
last
of him.
day of shooting. Yeah,
and that's the last thing she needs as well. This fucking image of this fucking photographer popping up and smiling at her. Now back in the room again. Total tip. It's even more cramped than usual. It's not really a nice habitable place. It really isn't. Are you awake? Oh no. Now we're back onto the show. Or is it the show?
Right. Yeah, we think that we're going to get the big reveal in one of these scenes. Like you're actually Tamagoi Yakagugi, and you think you're Mimirin. You think you're the pop star from Cham. But like I said, it's all just more misdirection. Constantly waking up in her apartment and cutting back to being on set and cutting back to you know.
Hey, Sammy, how you doing, man? Yeah, thanks for
Sammy's
joining us. Thanks for joining us here, you beautiful bastards. It's a pleasure.
We keep
Yeah, like I
cutting
said,
to
it's
like
big misleading, isn't it? It's like this because this was like I thought this was going to be the big reveal. I was like, oh my god, that is
It's a
fucking
fake
mind
out.
blowing. It is, and then no, it's. Let me, yeah. I'm on. Sorry, I've got a second window here.
It's not good.
Here we go. Let's get that on. Give me a second.
No worries. But yeah, what's great is they keep showcasing the show, like showing it as if it's real. And then we'll keep cutting out, and then it's on a TV screen, and we're like, okay, it's a TV show. God damn it. Like, we're being revealed. We're constantly like thinking that we're getting the answer just told to us. And I don't think that doesn't really happen until like, you know, the big reveal.
And the thing is, it makes sense. Every single one of this makes sense. It would make sense to actually be the big reveal, but no.
Yeah.
I gotta fuck with you even more.
But it's good because most of these fake reveals have been done before on other movies and other shows, you know, they're kind of more cliched. The big reveal of this is not very cliche.
Like Shalaman without the fucking obnoxious what a twist. And with another twist. That's also a twist.
Yeah. Dude, the twists. The twists and
it turns out it's the fucking show, but and she's doing a good job. She's acting it out because she is fucking feeling in that state. You know, that's why she's doing so well. There's no faking her.
I could tell you tried so hard, but yeah, it's like her last day of shooting. It's a wrap. Good job. We're all gonna celebrate. You did it, girl.
Subscribe to Fandad Sammy. He's still trying to get back into doing his YouTube again. He's on a hiatus, but hopefully all the streaming will, you know, give him that little push to do some more videos, eh?
Watch this space, lads.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
All right. So everything after this big last shot applause celebration is all, there's no more time jumps. There's no more fake awakenings. There's no more you know, bullshit. This is all happening after the shoot. Everything up until the big epilogue.
And she's fucking good. People are fucking clapping for her and everything. She seems to be doing real well. Or is she imagining?
She's overwhelmed.
Yeah, she's overwhelmed. Yeah,
exhausted.
We also come back to the flash of the lights as well, which is once again deliberately disorienting.
Yeah, and then she runs into these guys have their little
they're like, hey, great success, let's get her on.
And then she runs into the actress and calls her detective, and she's like, no, stop dreaming, is what she tells her. She quotes the script to her, there's no way illusions can come to life. And then she kind
of has this little reaction like, wait, was she saying that for real, or is she acting with me, or is she playing with me? She looks very confused.
Yeah, well, she's just reciting, you know, what the script is about. You know, she doesn't realize that Mimodin's actually going through a very similar identity crisis.
I know, she's just having a little laugh with her, isn't she? Just a little jig.
Yeah. But then it gets like, funny times over because she looks over and realizes Mr. Mamani is showing up, and he's one of these guys where recognize him instantly, and before she even has time to react, like he's in her face, and we watch this red car trunk slam shut.
No,
and we realize, Takoyori-san or whatever is going back to the office, and he's saying, "Oh, we're gonna
in another role as well, a video movie." So
right after this, harmless little smile Rumi gives her, presumably she fucking murders him while he's starting up that car, and we never see it.
And it's off screen as well. You don't know it yet. You don't know it.
Yeah,
that's the first time we see him speak as well. He's like, we finally hear his voice, and it's not very nice. It's not a very polite voice.
He sounds like I don't know what he sounds. I forgot what he sounds like in the Japanese version. Let me listen to it real quick.
Like a loony.
Yeah, so you can do it. Wait, I'll share it. Can you hear?
Yeah, he sounds similar in the American version. He's got like a very like dirty, like squeaky Weasley voice. The real Mimodin would never do this.
Sounds like a Scooby-Doo villain.
Yeah. Well, he also sounds like he looks and sounds like he'd have a difficult time getting ladies. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're just pretending to be Mimodin. I know the real Mimodin.
And plus, it looks like his eyes really bulging out a bit more here as well. It looks like like a lizard's eye or frog's eye, something like that.
He tells her, he knows that you're not the real Mimodon, because the real Mimodon would recognize him because she's like in love with him. I'm a Mr. Mimania. If you didn't know I was Mimania, that's how you. Yeah, he's insane. He's been driven insane by another insane person.
Yeah, he's already had
obsessed with another insane person.
Yeah, and she fucking takes the initiative though. She fucking defends herself. She takes him down and little whack to the fucking eye, and it takes him a while to go down. But yeah.
Oh right, yeah. She's like almost gonna get raped, and she happens to find a carpenter's tool belt.
Like the same stage as well as earlier, where she was acting the grape scene. It almost looks like that same stage.
He's still wearing his security staff gig outfit as well, isn't he?
Right. Yeah, he's got this weird iconic jacket he always wears.
Yeah, but if you watch back to the beginning when he's at the gig, at the Cham gig, there's other people that are wearing the same outfit. So I'm taking it that they are sort of security staff or marshals or whatever at the gig.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't catch that. I don't know what. Yeah, he's wearing some kind of uniform, obviously.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, like the idea is, if you go back, like basically during the Mr. Mimania scene, she kills him by putting a hammer to his temple, and it's like a real like slow, painful, bloodless death, and it just looks real bad. But this is kind of where the plan.
You see blood running around his eyes. So she hit him so hard in the eye that it's fucked something up in his brain. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it is a deadly blow, and it was a great. It's a great kill for like, if this was the main bad guy, this would have been a disappointing ending, but because it's not,
it's still not right in the edge, because you're still seeing the people clapping for her as well. It's like she's still.
But it's also important to note that Mr. Mimania wasn't going to kill her. He was also going to rape her. He's like tying her legs up with a belt, and he's like putting himself in there, and that's why she gets to hit him in the head with the temple, but with the hammer. But what's crazier is, obviously, like, you've got the big red curtain behind him, and
red door around Rumi as well.
She's basically killed someone, and now Rumi finds her. She has another little flashback where she thinks she's on stage, but what's crazy is I guess Rumi at this point has already gotten rid of the bodies.
Yeah.
So when they go check on the body, he's gone. And
the shot. Where the fuck is the shot gone? Either way, it's the body's gone. She's questioning whether it all really happened, and Rumi's like, "Let's take you to Mimi's room."
Yeah,
to Mimi's room.
Take you to Mimi's room, exactly.
Your apartment. Let's take you to Mimi's room.
And then they're in a red car. She's wearing a red shirt. They're going through this reddish tunnel. Like, this is like the big finale. This is like the Queen alien coming out of the ship. We think everything's good.
I know,
for half a second.
I know, and everything looks clear as well. It looks like it could be her room, but right up until she starts to look outside of a window, and
well, no, not even. It's like everything is exactly the same.
Yeah. We see the
Cham posters back up.
All of her fish are still alive.
Yeah, the fish are still alive. That's like her big cue. That's when we, as the audience, she's on the phone trying to call her agent.
Yeah.
And the fish are alive, so the audience see that, and then we realize that he's dead, and he's stashed somewhere with Mr. Mimania's dead body. So this is where the audience has been revealed that Rumi's the one all along, and she notices the Cham poster right here, and this is where she's starting to realize.
Something's off there as well, and it looks very spacious, and it's in another location because there's a fucking train track around there.
Yeah, this is not my room. This isn't my house.
Room. Here she comes.
Yeah, and she doesn't have that aura around her as well. I've noticed that when Mimi shows up, she doesn't have the aura around her. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how we can tell which one is the hallucination and which one is Rumi as the projection.
She looks like she's made of flesh instead of like television static or whatever. And she's got her brand new red costume on. It's super new.
And it looks like it looks like it's struggling to hold their body. It's funny.
Do you know what the irony is? She's called Rumi, but that dress quite evidently isn't.
Is it? Yeah.
Well, it's also weird because it's like Mima's room, Rumi, Mimarin. It's just like it's weird. But anyway, this is what happens when it's also Rumi's like failure, I guess, because like we said, like
she's trying to live
alluded that she tried to be a pop star herself,
and she failed, and she's trying to desperately put her failed success on Mimi, isn't she?
Yeah, Mr. Mamania failed a little bit, but besides that, like this is where Rumi is like gone in a full blown rage.
Yeah,
so now she's going to kill Mimi.
So it's up to me to do it. You want something doing right, you got to do it your fucking self.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will bring back the real Mimi. You're an imposter. You need to be wiped out so the real Mimi can live.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't be the real Mimi, I will. I know it better than you ever will.
And this is another good thing about the movie being animated is how it really does a great job. Like I couldn't imagine the special effects at the time doing this justice.
Because you got Rumi in the reflection, haven't you? And you got the hallucination of pop star Mimi right in front of her as well. And but
even right after that, when she attacks her with the ice pick and stabs her in the shoulder, and then Mimiden starts choking her, and you see her face like morph from Mimiden to to Rumi. Her fucking eyes start bulging out and her face gets all fat. And then there's a brief moment where we see Rumi like coughing and collecting herself, and she looks like Rumi, and then instantly like Mimi turns around and sees like fantasy Mimiden like swinging at her with an ice pick and just moving way more gracefully than she actually is in reality. She like falls off this building. She falls like 3 stories onto a roof and rolls over, and then big fat Rumi's like also presumably doing the same thing, jumping after her.
How the fuck she do that? She doesn't look like she's in good shape to be doing that kind of
shit. She can bounce though, can't she?
Yeah. And also I love how fake Mimi, like hallucination Mimi, always has this like mischievous smile no matter whatever's happening. It's freaky, dude.
It's funny, but it's creepy at the same time. It's there is some dark laughs here, even though it's played dead serious.
Yeah, dude, the red railing, the red pillars.
Well, Look
also,
life is kind of drained from Mimi's face because, all right, she's been wounded as well, so she's losing a bit of blood, but the life's kind of gone from her a little bit anyway.
Saturated. Like she doesn't want the real Mimi to actually replace her, to steal her spot. She doesn't want the fake Mimi to win.
This makes me laugh. Yeah, she's floating while she's struggling to fucking catch up,
sweating and gasping and breathing. But also right before that, when they're on the scaffolding, like Rumi's like total disregard for self. Like when she flings them both off the scaffolding and they luckily fall into a bunch of trash. Like she's willing to kill both of them. She's totally insane.
Yeah, no. If I end up dying, then you should die with me. Mimi shouldn't exist unless,
she catches up to her and stabs her with some parasol right in the side, and it's a good thing she had lost the ice pick because that would have been like a death blow right there.
I know.
But she smashes the window and they start wrestling, and you don't even have to defeat her. You just take her wig off, and she instantly turns back to Rumi.
Yeah, and she's having this breakdown as if someone's taken her head off, like someone scalped her. And
it's like Rorschach. When Rorschach loses his mask. Don't take my mask.
Yeah. Where's my face?
He calls it. Yeah.
I was about to say that as well, because that's the first thing that went in my mind when she took the wig off and she had to desperately get it back. And
just throw the wig over the deadly shards of glass. This is good. This is a good shot.
We had to highlight her getting pierced by the glass. Unfortunately, this fucking had to happen.
What is going on?
She's leaned over, picking up her wig, and doesn't even notice like a gigantic, huge shard of glass has just penetrated her chest or her belly.
It doesn't seem to hit anything vital. I thought it was going to kill her because it looks like it might have pierced her.
Yeah, definitely. When you lose that much blood that quickly, like that seems like it's a dead blow for sure. Because like a huge fountain of blood just pours out instantly. But this is another reason why I like the movie, because it doesn't do the stereotypical like kill the bad guy, the big bad. Like you feel sorry for Rumi. Rumi is also crazy.
But she's also been part of Mimi's life as well. She has actually come across as like a surrogate mother to her in a way, even though despite the fact she's only doing it for her own selfish reasons.
Well, that's why I said it reminds me of Selena, how Selena was killed by her agent / fan club president or whatever.
Is she the one that Jennifer Lopez played in the film about her?
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez.
Selena with Jennifer Lopez, where she played the singer.
Yes. And in real life, Selena, the singer, was shot to death by her fan club president, who was just like Rumi, like an older lady who was obsessed with Selena. But then it was revealed that she was like extorting money from Selena, like stealing money from like the fan club and stuff and charities and shit. And then when she was confronted with that and fired, she pulled out a revolver and shot Selena in some hotel.
Oh, come on.
That's how Selena died.
Yeah. To be honest, I've been hearing that film is actually fucking good, and J-Lo is actually very good in it.
It was the role that Jennifer Lopez was born to play.
From one of my subscribers saying, all right, apart from Out of Sight, Selena is a very good one with Jennifer Lopez. She's actually very good. So yeah, I've put that on my watch list to check out. So yeah,
dude, I remember when Selena died, I was living in El Paso, dude. The Mexican people, everyone went fucking ape shit when she died. Selena died, and I was like, "Who's Selena?" It's like, what? Yeah, it's kind of like Brad Knoll was Sublime.
He's so savage, isn't he? Even towards people, towards his own subscribers. But yeah, glad to see you back on though. Yeah, glad to see you back on though. Fucking hell, YouTube are fucking dickheads. They really are.
Did he lose his account or something? Or did he just create a new one?
Yeah, you got a new one, thank God. We need your fucking witty put downs. We really do.
Dude, what's funny about Jada Pinkett is Anna, that Star Wars girl, she was saying it best. She's like, bitch, you do not have alopecia. Okay, you are just bald. You are just going through female hair loss because of all the treatments and coloring and all that stuff you do to your hair. It causes your hair to fall out. So, like, you have fucked up your own hair and you shave your head because it looks better. But this idea that you have like alopecia or whatever, you have some kind of genetic condition, it's like, shut the hell up. You know, that's what happens with a lot of black chicks and, you know, white chicks too. Like if you work your hair and do crazy shit to it all the time, it'll start falling out.
Yeah. So yeah, and we get this very impressive shot as well where she wipes the blood on her eyes, and yet people must have used that image nearly all over. Anyone associated with Perfect Blue uses that image, and it's a very powerful image as well.
It's also a great image because it kind of does, you know, shows you this is a movie. It kind of warns the viewer, you know, this is not a typical cartoon, you know.
Yeah, it really isn't. And obviously, Rome has become even more delusional as well and insane because she sees the lights as these.
She's ready to die.
Yeah, she's
on stage.
They almost look like angel
wings. Bow.
Yeah, they almost look like angel wings a little bit coming out of it.
Yeah. And then fucking Mima does the crazy thing, and I'm glad that none of them die. Yeah. Like she saves them both.
I know, she could have let her dad as well, and she would have been totally justifiable. But no, she's been in their life for a long time. She can't just let her fucking die. I mean, she's crazy, but she's been part of her life, though, hasn't she?
So she's tried to stab her 12 times, but that
doesn't This is why, you know, we talk about strong female characters, and I think most people think the word strong means like
physically,
literally strong. Yeah. But what a strong character means is they're strongly written. And you have a strong female character, and I think Mimiden is totally one of them because she doesn't have anyone help her. She doesn't have anyone like save the day for her. She goes basically through hell and pulls herself out of it by herself. And she like a woman, you know, she has all these female characteristics, you know, she is going through hell and still having like her nervous breakdowns. She's cries, but she still manages to pull through it, you know? So that therefore she is a strong character, a strong female character. I don't know, you know?
No, because as dark as this film is, there is still some kind of like this little glimmer of hope as well, you know, especially at the end, which we're coming to now. And
this is a movie that's good because it has a good ending. If this movie had a downer ending, I don't think it would be as popular or as well received.
I know, because we've already seen her go through all this turmoil. We want to see her come out of this okay. We want to know that she's going to make it despite everything that's just happened around her.
Yeah, that's why like Requiem for a Dream, which borrows so heavily from it, is not as good as this because Requiem for a Dream is a fucking giant downer of a movie. It's fucking weird.
And you know, not once during this entire film did I think, oh, this is a female-led excuse me. This is a female-led movie. I just thought this is a movie, and it's a great movie.
Right, well, back to Blue. Back to Blue, guys.
Back to Blue. But nice one. So Stupenzo was the killer all along, kids.
Right.
And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for the pesky kids.
But it's also great because this final epilogue scene of her at the hospital seeing Rumi, like, you know, pretending, still thinking she's Mimiden, talking to the doctor, like, sometimes she slips into her Rumi personality. You must have been very busy, you know, and all this stuff. It's like it feels like one of the episodes of Double Bind, you know. It feels like we're about to get another fake out, you know. Feels like we might get another fake out, and we don't.
It's like reality's come back now. She's made it. She's prevailed.
And then we see Rumi. She is still stuck in the fantasy hell. You know, she's still.
It's like the projection's happening with her now. She's like, it's not just Mimi seeing that projection. It's Rumi seeing that projection in her own reflection.
Yeah,
she's really gone off the edge.
The real Mimiden, she says, "Hey, well, I'm never gonna see Rumi again." You know. And she walks out of there, and these two nurses are like, "Oh my god, I think that's Mimiden Kukagoye, or whatever the fuck her name is."
Yeah, so she's
obviously no way.
She's becoming. She's doing really well as an actress now. She's starting to become a bit more successful, and people are taking her seriously as well. And it's looking like she might actually.
Yeah, her career's way better. I mean, it's implied because the doctor says like you've been very busy lately. You know, we haven't seen you here lately.
Yeah.
And then the fact that the nurses recognize her and they're like, "There's no way she'd be here." Of all
places.
I know,
like because if someone's so big, you're going to be like, "No, that can't be. No, it can't be. Come on, they got to be somewhere nicer. If someone that big will be somewhere a lot more nicer and a lot more comfortable." But yeah.
But also, the sun is shining now. The sky is blue, and the only red we see are the flowers that Rumi holds, and then her car. But
even the car looks a little bit brighter now. It's not full on. It doesn't look full on angry red. It looks a little bit more calm and a bit more brighter.
And this is where
in the trunk.
That's the image, unless it's the image that's being fucked with or something. I don't know.
No. And then this is where we get this great I think of American Werewolf in London. You know how it just has this hard end. You know, she just looks in the mirror and she's just like, "Nope, it's me. I'm the real Mimi." And then it just hard cuts to this insane pop music. It's so good, dude. It just reminds me of
ending for such a tragic fucking story to have happen to someone.
And it's like one of these movies where as soon as those credits start rolling, that song starts playing. You're like, I want to watch this again. Like, what the hell was that?
What did I just witness?
Am I real?
Yeah, it's definitely one you have to watch a few times, but I definitely will because it's definitely left an impression on me.
Yeah, I do prefer the dub version if you can find it. It's obviously better, you know, not to read. Usually the dub version is just inferior, but when the dub version it has a lot of effort put into it, like this one did. I think it was the same production company made the American dub, which helps, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, because everyone seems to prefer. No, always watch the original Japanese version, but the fact that he's saying watch the dub version, I think more people should have. Probably will make it a bit more accessible because a big majority of people don't like to read subtitles. It's kind of sad but true. I don't always mind it, me though.
Yeah. What the hell did we just watch? Is this real? Am I real? I don't know. Is Nick's real? I have no idea if Nick's is real, honestly, because he's an internet friend.
The film is confusing me, but has left an impression on me. Made me want to go back and watch it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Then I know it's a good film. If I watch a film that confuses me and I'm thinking, you know, do I really need to fucking put up with this? Then that's it. I'm out.
Next time you watch this movie, not next time, but maybe one of these times you watch it in the future, I want you to not even pay attention to the plot. Just pay attention solely to the transitions between scenes and notice how many. I think there's 52 jump cuts in this movie that are they're all seamless because it's animated. But yeah, I mean, just the ingenuity and the tenacity. It's just so well done.
And it seems effortless today as well, because once again we're still seeing these young pop stars sort of getting exploited a little bit more as well and pushed into different projects they don't want to be in, but they do it anyway because of the fame, and they end up getting fucked up, especially with their mental state. Because look at all these child stars as well. And the thing is, this character isn't even a child star. She's 21. She's a grown woman.
Yeah, it's like the whole idol thing is so weird. It's not pornography. It's like when Britney Spears first got famous with her stupid first album. She's like in that schoolgirl miniskirt, like on the cover of her album in the locker rooms singing about.
And she wasn't even 18 yet, was she?
And then, when she was like getting all famous, doing Crossroads, she's singing like, "I'm still a virgin." It's like, bitch.
Yeah, she was not.
I don't fucking believe that for a second.
That fucking video, Hit Me Baby One More Time's fucked up. She was still a fucking kid when they did that, and putting her in a sexy schoolgirl when she was a schoolgirl. That is fucking.
And Adam Gray's right. Like you think the jump cuts and the transitions are good in this one, dude. They're more amazing in Paprika. Paprika's mind blowing. But I will say, I think I'd like Perfect Blue more. It's a better movie. It would translate better to wider audiences. I think it's got more mass appeal. Paprika is just like visual feast. It's out of this world. It's trippy, bro. And obviously Inception and a lot of other movies parallels. We watched
I don't mind Inception, even though most of the dialogue is just exposition. I still have a fun time. It's still kind of fun to watch.
I said before, like Avatar and Inception kind of started this trend where, movies didn't have to be excellent anymore. They just needed to be awesome. As long as they're just badass, then they'll get butts in seats,
Yeah, but Avatar wasn't, it was kind of overhyped when it came out, and I think people was blown away by the spectacle of it. But now, when you sit back and watch, it's just fucking Dances with Wolves with these Smurf monkeys, and that's it.
It's boring. I tried to watch it recently, and I just couldn't. I switched it off after about 10 minutes because it's just nonsense. But it's a spectacular movie to watch. And I think
it's good to look at. It's nice to look at.
I saw it in 3D in the cinema, which was like, wow, this is amazing. But it's not rewatchable.
The characters aren't really that fucking great because you can have a huge spectacle, but you got to have some decent characters. They don't have to be incredibly complex. You just have to be engaging. You have to care about them, even if they're assholes or something. You still got to care what happens next. But,
absolutely.
I think Enzo's frozen.
No.
Oh, you are.
Just fell asleep.
I thought you were frozen.
Reading something.
Yeah, it was very still.
This movie predicted internet parasocial relationships and celebrity culture. Thank you, Hostman. Yes,
did. Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right there.
The idea that, like, I know, like this idea that, like, I'm friends with this guy on YouTube because I watch his channel all the time, but I've never actually spoken to him. Like this idea that, like, oh my God. I mean, you get to know these people because they like put themselves out there, and it's like being a celebrity, like when you're a celebrity, people know your name and you don't know theirs. And it's weird.
Yeah, little mini celebrities.
People like a lot of times certain fanatical fans, crazy fans, they forget sometimes that, like, the person that I'm obsessed with doesn't even know me. You think that they just assume they do, or they should, obviously, like when I meet Mel Gibson, he's going to like me more than any other fan he's met, like this, like, bizarre mentality. What are some other great, like, fanatic films? Like there's obviously Fanatic with John Travolta. I would say that's good. But
yeah, I read about that. If it's really fucking hilariously bad, I need to check it out.
But you should watch it. Yeah. The Fan with Wesley Snipes and De Niro wasn't bad.
Yeah, I've seen The Fan. It was a while ago, that. But yeah, that is a very Tony Scott film. You can really tell.
Stalkers. Dude, nobody wants Stalker. But Dear Celebrity Panel.
This film really has fucking... They're right. Hostman's right, though. It has predicted a lot. We've got catfishes as well. We've got Rumi catfishing me mania to fucking...
Yeah.
That's crazy shit. That's like... This is 1997. The internet was just like forums and fucking billboards with... and, porn videos that would take 8 days to fucking upload.
Damn it.
Yeah, download a JPEG. You know what?
The longest wank you've ever had.
God.
There's a nipple.
Yeah,
like
you
a
got
little-
to keep the fucking. I think I remember if you turn the screen off, you turn the. Yeah, keep the screen off for a good 8 days until the fucking porn video uploads. It's like, hope your little brother and sister doesn't pop on trying to fucking watch do the homework.
Someone like picks up the phone and ruins everything.
Yeah. That shit.
I love it.
I remember downloading Fellowship of the Ring trailer. It was about 2 minutes long. It took about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours. I think I played it 100 times because
God, it was like we go to there was a period of time, I don't know, it was like a little bit after Lord of the Rings, but yeah, everyone would just go to like the Apple trailers, iTrailer website or whatever,
Yes.
movietrailers.com or
Remember
whatever.
that, yeah.
Shit.
That was epic. Good times.
Yeah, what a crazy ass movie.
Lines, minutes.
You know, I don't think I ever read the trivia for this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, Nix, we'll call you Nix anyway until we do find out.
Yeah, what are we supposed to know your real name? How the hell, you know, what? How are we supposed to do that?
Names. I don't even know Adam Gray's real name. I don't even know Adam Gray's real name. It probably might have told me and I forgot because I'm a fucking dickhead.
I know all y'all's real names. I have dossier. I have extensive files, dossiers.
Good lad.
I could guess Sammy Free Repeat is called Sammy. I don't know why.
Nick's is called Nicholas.
I have a feeling.
Adam Gray's Adam.
Okay, here's some great trivia. The choreography from Mima's group Cham, it's not in unison on purpose to keep the realism of the film. That's interesting.
Because you always look at them as well, and they always look a little bit off, but at the same time still in sync in a way.
This film was based on a book. I didn't know that, and it's also
as a sequel apparently.
Awakened from a Dream.
Apparently, it stays away from the source material a little bit, but still keeps the essence of stalkers and an actress losing their grip on reality kind of concept, though.
Yeah, Satoshi Kon was allowed to deviate from the original story as long as it contained the idol singer and a stalker. He could do anything else. So yeah, it's probably very different. The film's original 35mm camera negative was accidentally destroyed. As a result, all copies are sourced from lower quality prints. Wow.
Yeah. I read a little bit on the trivia as well, and yeah. Well, what was it? I ain't a stalker. I'm a subscriber. Right, the moment you start fucking sending messages about what we're getting up to every day, and discussing details that no one else should know, then you're a stalker. And so far, I've not had that happen yet. So yeah, I feel safe. But
yeah. So, Big Body Pizza Box in the infamous stabbing scene usually gets a few chuckles.
Yeah, apparently English speakers found that funny. Call me a dumbass, but I have no clue anyway. But what
I think it just means Americans are fat. I don't know. Yeah. Pizza. I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's like we were making fun of the Japanese on Showdown in Little Tokyo. We're like, look, they can make fun of us for being fat and gross. We make fun of them for killing themselves all the time. All right, it's a double-edged sword. Japanese people love killing themselves for some reason.
Yeah, fuck.
God, that was a wild time.
Yeah, I think even the Japanese have a fucking sense of humor. If you watch their animes, they really go all out.
They have a sense of humor, and if you like Japanese and Asian humor in general, then yeah, I mean, there's some funny ass stuff in China. But yeah, a lot of people see Asian humor and they're like, it's a little too weird, a little too childish and strange. But if you're into it, dude, it's funny as fuck. The God of Cookery, Stephen Chow, a guy who did Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer, he made a movie called The God of Cookery. It is hilarious.
I need to check it out. I think they're supposed to be doing a Kung Fu Hustle 2, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Stephen Chow seems to have disappeared for a while, but I've not seen anything marketed in the last few years, especially since Kung Fu Hustle. But yeah, that was a fucking funny film, that really was. It was kind of like Crouching Tiger meets the Looney Tunes, and yeah, it was a fun little watch.
Fun little watch indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what other how far booked ahead are you on these bastard breakdowns?
Next July 2026.
Yeah.
I think next up is the Jack and I can't remember who wants to go on there. I don't know if it was you, Atom Gray, or Horseman. It's one of them, one of you. But I'll have a look in a minute, and I will.
That sounds like an Adam Gray movie, The Jerk.
Yeah, Steve Martin.
I know.
Definitely have fun in that one. There'll be an easy little breakdown as well, because you don't really need to go further into it. It's just mostly the story of a guy who comes from a humble beginnings and becomes a big success, done in this very surreal Steve Martin style kind of humor.
Yeah. Well, I would definitely suggest we do Paprika as soon as possible.
I will try and get Paprika organized soon. Plus, there's a few months away. I've still got a load of other bastard breakdowns to do.
I figured. Like I said, we booked this one back in like January or February, I feel like.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to do Tales of the Dark Side with you. What was it? One of the rewatches. I need to do another one with you as well. And Fandad, if you want,
we're gonna do. Let's do. We talked about it on the hard way. We were talking about doing Marlboro Man and Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. That's what we were talking about.
I'll be on for that. I mean, I like Don Johnson, and I do like Old School Mickey Rourke as well. And I've not seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. So,
what about you, Fandad? I mean, we can probably, if you want, ask Supenzo.
Yeah. Get on Discord, bro. I'll send you a link to the theater.
Discord. When is this taking place?
Whenever.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Enzo's always got some free time to fit in for this kind of thing as well, and it'll take like a few months after because what was it? The hardware we did in February.
Well, that's not how I usually do it, but like I just happened to have like recorded a whole bunch of stuff, and I mean I'm slowly like kind of chipping those away, and then I'll start recording again. But yeah, sometimes I'll record something and upload it a day later. I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. But I think right now during the summer, I want to keep the action movies flowing. So yeah, me and Hostman watched The Crow back in like January, and I was like, I think I'm saving it for July or August when the remake comes out. So yeah.
What do you think that's going to be like? Do you think that's going to be any good? There's a lot of shit being thrown at it at the minute. The remake.
Yeah,
it does look pretty fucking shit though. It really does.
I don't know. I mean, I'll probably watch it, but I'm not excited or looking forward to it. Adam Gray, as far as like a potluck, I mean, I assumed I would wear something patriotic. And I mean, do you really want me to bring food or you want me to bring some kind of item? Just like show and tell? I don't know what the potluck is actually. I mean, I know you said something about a potluck. Am I actually supposed to like eat some chili dogs on camera or something? Because I can do that if you want. But if you want me to just show off like some like Civil War memorabilia, I could do that instead.
Yeah, proper Texans as well, aren't you? Yeah, fucking.
I have a gun like right here in arm's reach from me.
Dear God.
Yeah, it looks fun. It must be fun being in fucking Texas because I've fired guns, but it was mostly just air rifles. I was a pretty decent shot, but it's been a while. I'd love to handle a proper gun though. A proper fucking.
Yeah, guns are fun. Especially like, you know how like lighting fireworks is fun? It's the same thing when you shoot a gun. It's awesome.
Never done it.
I want to try and do the Mozambique technique. See if I can shoot twice in the chest and one in the head. Yeah. But you got to be really fucking skilled at doing that, though. You really do. You really got to know what you're doing.
Clear. Boop. If I held that little stupid beep, I hate that thing.
Yeah, fucking Tom
I recommend outdoor ranges. Outdoor ranges are always better. Indoor ranges, they make you wear the goggles and the headphones, and you can only fire
because you're firing these loud things, and they can burst your fucking eardrums. And when you're outside, you've got the air, aren't you?
The outdoor ranges, they're like no rules. It's like when the range is hot, you can fucking unload fully auto, whatever, dude. Just go crazy. When the range is cold, don't touch your gun.
Yeah, because they mostly got the targets in front of this big mound hill, don't they, that they've probably dug up and shoveled up a little bit. So if you hit the mud, it's no problem.
So me and you, Northern, we need to get ourselves over to Texas for a couple of days, hang out with Stu Penzo and go to the range.
Barbecue, fucking
what do you reckon?
Beers, all sorts.
Are you up for a couple of British visitors, Stu Penzo?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, if I end up actually becoming a fucking thousandaire doing this gig, I'll
thousandaire.
Thousandaire.
Blow your paycheck on an airline ticket.
We could swim.
Yeah, you guys are good swimmers.
I need to up my stamina then. I really need to. I really need to up my stamina when it comes to swimming.
Dude, just float over here in a raft, and they'll give you like free. They'll give you free money and healthcare and stuff. If you're like, just say you're a refugee from whatever.
Well, I live near the sea.
I'm white. It won't work. So
maybe
raft making's part of our curriculum.
Just say you're a very pale Muslim.
Yeah, fucking albino Muslim, something like that. But yeah, is there any final thoughts on Perfect Blue, Stu Penzo?
I love it. It's one of my all-time favorites. It was, like I said, one of the first DVDs I ever bought. I bought it before I saw it, and then it was one of those things where I knew it was going to be good. I was like a little film nut in middle school and high school, and yeah, the internet, it's funny, that's how I found out about this movie and bought this movie. And the movie was all about like warning of the dangers of the internet and also just like the dangers of celebrity and all that good stuff. It's just one of those awesome movies, and there's titties in it too, which I always love.
Oh, fucking hell, makes you bastard.
Hello.
It's always fun having you on, mate. You've got some fucking good shit to put on.
Yeah, and we didn't go for 4 hours.
Yeah, no, you were very good, very good. I almost thought we were going to go 5 fucking hours or 10 hours, but no.
Now, you should have known better for Terminator, though. Terminator 2.
Yeah, it's a good thing I do these a bit earlier now as well, because if I'm doing these for hours, I'm going to get more fucking tired, and then I'm going to start doing this a bit more sloppier than usual.
Now, yeah, like you're lucky. You're lucky I didn't take the screenshots, because I would have taken like 3,000, 6,000 of them.
I'm actually surprised we didn't go on longer, because there is fucking tons on this where we probably could go for hours and still not scratch the surface, because it's
we could do a separate stream just about each transition shot, just going through each transition shot. That's like I said, there's like 50 something of them, and each one is like awesome. I mean, that right there is at least, an hour and a half long stream right there. 2 hours, maybe.
Yeah, well, looks like we've got your final thoughts now. Is there anything you wish to promote before we finish?
No, I mean, watch me and Luke watch The Hard Way from last week, and me and Wes watched Showdown in Little Tokyo this week, and something else will come out next week. I don't know yet. Might be Queen of Blood, might be vice versa. Might be Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know. It's whatever. Whatever the copyright gods.
I'll still try and catch them, because they're fucking funny. That
yeah. I enjoy making them. I enjoy watching them.
Well, I was dying laughing. I really was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll keep an eye out for more of your stuff that you're bringing up. Obviously, we've got the Losers Lounge on Tuesday, and I know you got your Tales of the Dark Side on a Sunday. You've got your other stream on a Monday as well. That's like your own thing.
Yeah, I might do a Stu Penzo cast soon, because I haven't done one in like 2 weeks. But yeah, I know we need to talk about MILF Manor. I need to keep playing Last of Us.
Yeah, I've never watched it though. But you make me. You've actually made me interested in it. What's the name of the one that was actually all right? Tammy, is it?
Oh yeah, the blonde one. I don't remember, but yeah, she's great. Yeah. She's great. She's my favorite. But was it Lynette or something like that? Lydia? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Yeah, what sucks is Megan. We were watching it together, and her headphones broke. So like she's got to get a new pair of headphones before we watch it, and they're already got like episode 9 out. So we might just like binge the whole rest of the season when the 10th episode comes out, and maybe there'll just be one other MILF Manor stream, and it'll be a long one.
Yeah, Nick, you don't always have to kill yourself to wake up. You can rewatch these later. It's no skin off my back. I mean, rewatches are almost better because
yeah. Is that why Nick's is always in like our American streams in the middle of the night, because he's like doing stuff during the day. It's like breakfast time.
I know, but still, I am glad that you even have taken the time to join us, even if it is to fucking rag on us, especially me on my own stream. But yeah,
Potatoes.
I know. But I think, but yeah, what was it? Back to Megan MILF Manor. You're gonna try and binge it all now. Do a Stupenzo cast on that. What did you say?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, we'll see whenever Megan gets her new headphones.
I'll look forward to that. So, Fandad, I know you probably already know your final thoughts, but what are your final thoughts anyway, just in case?
Yes, when you first mentioned the film and it was going to be an animation, I thought, I was a little bit sort of apprehensive because I don't really watch animated stuff. But yeah, I was very, very pleasantly surprised, to put it mildly. I found myself just engrossed in. It didn't feel like I was watching an animation, and I think that was due to the strength of the characters, the dialogue, the story, even the music, and the way it was animated. I just fell in there. I came out the other side not knowing fully what was going on, but having listened. I know I haven't said a lot tonight, but like I was just engrossed in listening to Stu Penzo go off into his thoughts on the movie, which I found highly entertaining and highly informative, as well as yourself. No, it's been brilliant, to be honest. I wish I had a little more input to give, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will watch this again because, like you said, there's so much more to winkle out of this movie.
Yeah, well, so, I don't think you're at any fault here. I know, because sometimes people like to hear people's first impressions on a film anyway, don't they? I mean, that's why you get these, first time watching videos where people react to something for the first time, and there is something very fascinating about it as well, because it almost takes you back to when, especially when I'm watching movies I've seen 1,000 times and I've seen someone else watch it for the first time. It takes me back to when I first did, and
yeah, it's great to see the reaction. And you can share in their emotional journey, if you like.
And plus, I think it's even better though once you understand a little bit of our Japanese Japanese creativity, I should say, because they seem to be very good at nailing the abstract a little bit more than most. But
I think I'm going to end up being hooked on anime, to be fair. Now that you've said the likes of that Princess Mononoke is good.
Yeah,
it is a good film. It's good.
I would I would definitely recommend Satoshi Kon over Miyazaki. I have always liked Satoshi Kon over Miyazaki, but Miyazaki's got way more movies and way more they're family friendly films,
Yeah, well,
but as far as like,
was it Sikorsky? Fucking hell, sorry, I'm getting the name wrong. I do apologize. But yeah, it seems to be a bit more adult, doesn't it? A bit more grounded compared to Miyazaki, a bit more imagination.
Yeah, I mean, Satoshi Kon's are more challenging films, I guess. But yeah, if you want animated movies that don't really feel like they're animated, Satoshi Kon. Check out Tokyo Godfathers, Millennium Actress, Paprika, even his first show, Paranoia Agent, and I feel like there's one more I'm missing. Anyway, he's great, but yeah, Miyazaki also. I mean, the old classic stuff like Wicked City and Ninja Scroll and Akira, Ghost of the Shell. Those are always those are classics, man. And then Dreams. I watched Memories the other day, which Satoshi Kon, he directed one of the shorts from Memories. Yeah, all Satoshi Kon is goated. But yeah, you want more animated stuff that's adult. Also, American Western stuff, the Ralph Bakshi stuff, which is all rotoscoped. American Pop. He did the Lord of the Rings and Fire and Ice and some of those really good rotoscope movies. Fritz the Cat or whatever.
Dude, but was it Ralph Bakshi who did that? Yeah, fucking hell, yeah, he was a crazy fucker though, but he was one mad genius though. I mean, I love his old Lord of the Rings movie as well.
Have you seen the Iron Giant, Fan Dad?
The original one from way back. It was like
the 99 animated movie. Yeah,
I'm Pretty sure I have. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
We read the book in school.
The Iron Giant with the big killer 50-foot robot and the little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a real good one. Recommend that one, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's a popular film. That I mean, loads of us watched it when we were young. It's been a long time since I've watched it, and I need to check it out again. Vin Diesel
of the Planets.
Yeah, Vin Diesel's very
Vin Diesel, his best role, playing the Iron Giant. Rock.
Yeah, he seems to be at his best when he doesn't have to say much, and he's kept
Groot. I am Groot.
Yeah,
his finest hour.
Definitely a closeted gay actor. I'm going to say it loud and proud on Luke's channel. I'm not even saying allegedly. Definitely, Vin Diesel is gay.
100.
It's okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to like Vin Diesel. I think he's a bit of a proud because what did he say? Like Fast and Furious should have been like nominated for Oscars, something like that. I don't know. I can't
the Raz, what they call the Razzies?
Yeah, that's the Razzies. Yeah, he looks like he takes it way too fucking seriously. These films, it's like the fucking popcorn fun. That just cheer up, man. Cheer up.
I think he's a dirty sleazebag, personally. I don't know if you've ever seen
it. Right, Eva. He's like,
there was an interview with him, and there was a young girl interviewing him.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. There was Diesel and one of the other cast members, and he was all over like a cheap suit. It was horrible to watch.
Yeah, he was cool back then.
Beautiful, very lovely, man. Yeah, I think I saw that interview. It was fucking weird. I look like Vin Diesel. I'd be doing that. I'd probably get my dick sucked. I would. But
I'll be damned.
So we've got your final thoughts now, and I really thought we'd be able to say 10 times more about this, but it looks like we're coming through to the end anyway. So
I was trying not to go too hard on it. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just glad we got some new people to watch it, and maybe we'll do another stream a few years from now on the same movie.
Same time next year.
I will let you do the fucking 12-hour stream, Stu Penzo, on this. I'll let you just go fucking nuts, and I will watch it. And I don't know, man. I think I said pretty much. I mean, it's one of those things where I'd watch it again and find new stuff to say about it. You know. Yeah. So and I forgot to ask Fandad Menace. Is there any upcoming projects you want to promote? I know you probably want to come on next week as well, and you're more than happy to. I prefer you to have you as a regular, along with Critical. And but is there anything you got on your channel that you want to promote?
Well, after all this sort of all the fans sort of screaming to have me back, and with your encouragement, etc., I'm thinking of doing some videos when I get back from holiday. I'm actually in Mallorca next week, so I'm not 100% certain about next Friday. I will let you know because I might not get a chance to watch the movie.
Well, just do something quick that's not too time consuming if you want, because I think what is it? YouTube the algorithm forgets about if you don't do content after like 2 weeks. Was it Stu Penzo or something like that? Weird.
Yeah.
But I've had breaks before and come back and done a video on it. It's got like 1,000 views after like a couple of weeks.
So the algorithm's real weird. It
makes no sense.
With it.
But I'm fancying doing something when I get back from holiday, make a fresh start, just to keep my hand in. But I'm enjoying the streaming at the minute very much so. It's nice to hang out with you guys. Yeah, especially Stu Penzo and his amazing wardrobe. Changing.
I'm just changing the light colors here.
Oh,
and my shirt. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the magic of television.
Yeah.
So thanks for everyone for joining us. Adam Gray, Nix. Let me scroll up in case there's anyone I forgot.
Yeah, hail chat.
Yeah, Horseman, thank you for joining me, and David Wilson, thank you, and
my mate Ray.
And Ray, yeah, Sammy, yeah, fucking pleasure. Always is. Leaf Keane, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. I do apologise if I haven't. Lobster Man, fucking hell. Do the Lobster Man, yeah. Yeah, Lord Toxic as well. And yeah, everyone, been fucking beautiful. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to them. And I'm sure you already have, but it's just, but I'll say it anyway in case anyone is new on there and are listening later on the rewatches. So thank you for joining us, Stu Penzo. Thank you, Fandad. Thank you, everyone in chat.
Thank you.
Whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, thank you for watching. But right now, that's me done, and I am off to the pub.
Yeah, see you on B-sides later.
Yeah, catch you, man.